All right. It says you are live, supposedly, but I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, I see the
Oh,
live
wait.
thing too.
You guys see three, but magically now there is four. TJ, we are live. What what is good, everyone? Welcome back to the Two Real for Feels podcast, where we specifically do not give a fuck about your feelings. I want everyone to know that every time. And today, UTW are our third guest that we've had on the podcast this far. So
Oh
I want to give
shit,
a
let's
special,
go.
bro. Like
Oh,
last but not least situation, you're in the top three. That's pretty awesome. But
Oh,
I do appreciate you coming through. I definitely want to give you a special welcome. Uh, it's awesome to have you. Like I met you through Society Reviews, and
oh
we're mad chill at each other. We got a respect for each other, and we kind of like a lot of the same shit. So
yeah.
it's always fun hanging with you, bro.
Yep.
So I want to welcome you very specially to the podcast, and yeah, how's it going, bro?
It's going good. Lots of stuff going on. Honestly,
Yeah.
podcast coming soon.
Hey.
Got the gaming channel coming soon. I'm not even sure what game I'm gonna play first for that, but simple. Yeah, just simple as that.
I notice you're very spontaneous. You do things just when you feel like doing it, and I respect
Yeah.
that. A lot of people just kind of, in my opinion, that I see on the interwebs, they don't really have like passion behind the stuff that they do. It's kind of like I'll do this because it gets a bunch of views, or like you and me, like we kind of are on the same playing field where it's like I only do this shit because I want to do it, sort of deal. Like that's like kind of what I think gives us the edge in some ways.
No, yeah,
It's
exactly.
not going through the motions.
I feel like I would probably have a lot more views if I did like strictly just what most people wanted me to do. But it's like there's other stuff that I want to do that I know doesn't get any views, but I'm just like, screw it. I want to go ahead and do this, so I just do it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I give props to, like my favorite YouTubers. So definitely keep doing your thing, bro. And next up, we got the usual suspect, the dude that's been here since day one. Fucking Ozzknot. Bro, what's good with you? What's happening? How's it going, man?
I'm all right.
All right, that's good. Good to have you here as always. And the homie, TJ Combo X, how are you today, sir?
Ooh.
Hey man, I'm good. It's another day, another
Word.
podcast. Let's get to it.
Yes,
Mhm.
and real quick, I definitely want to give a shout out to the chat. Neozoic is first, and so I want to give him his props for that. Welcome, Neozoic. He definitely supports, man. He comes through on Society's podcasts and my live streams when I'm gaming. And my live streams while gaming are a complete fucking disaster. And it's like at this point, I think it's just the trend for me. But he comes through there, and he definitely loves to check out the podcast. So it's always good to see you, bro. And Nuke Dukem, what is up with you, bro? I think he's speaking German. But he also big supporter, comes through on to hang with us. Always good to have you. This is one of the Strikers homies, Gothic Chick 4. I appreciate you for coming through. It's good to see you. Berserk for life. Yo, what is up with you? And then Alex vs. Evil, also another big support, man. He comes through my live streams. He be hanging out with us on Society's podcast. Always good. And we got the homie, I'm Man Rich the Slag Lord. So we had a little giveaway.
Dope
We
name.
had a little giveaway. Basically, TJ provided a code for God of War Ragnarok.
Oh
and
shit.
yeah, so
Right.
he was like, "Look, I'm giving Cass this code to do a giveaway to help me get to 1K subs," and it really helped. So while Man didn't win the actual God of War Ragnarok code, I was also doing a $25 gift card. So it's like there was two giveaways, and he ended up winning the $25 gift card. He picked.
Nice.
He picked it for PSN because he's a PlayStation gamer. He's
That's
an
what's up.
avid stan of Horizon Forbidden West, and he will defend that game, and I respect him for.
Oh God, forbidden forehead.
Hey,
Alright.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's always cool, as long as he ain't one of these out of control fanboys. That's always
Yeah, so like, he's mad respectful about it. He sticks to his guns, and I always appreciate about someone. He definitely gives his reasons for his choices. And hey, at the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of it, but I appreciate his character. But the person that did end up winning the God of War Ragnarok code was Monkey D. Eric. So congratulations to him.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, like he said that he wasn't expecting it and that he's excited to play God of War Ragnarok in the weekend because he didn't get the game. So it's like I was hoping that it would go to someone that didn't already have the game. Obviously,
Yeah.
I can only do the giveaway
Nice.
when I secure the code that I knew I had it. So he didn't have it. I'm really glad that he got to have it. And he said, "Yo, it's gonna be a big weekend for me." So I hope he does enjoy that. And once again, thanks TJ for providing the code for essentially starting the giveaway. So it's really cool.
Enjoy that
And,
masterpiece.
No problem.
Yep. And it's just, I love to make people happy when I can, you know?
Yeah.
And definitely Iron Man was happy and Eric was very happy. So it's cool all around. Dre Watson coming through. It's always good to see you, Dre.
Yo,
Big
thanks for
supporter.
the follow on Twitter, bro.
Yeah, Dre's a cool dude. He does his podcast on Twitter Spaces, and they be talking about games and all sorts of stuff. It's really
Oh,
fun
you're on
to
Twitter?
tune
I saw you on Twitter. I didn't know that.
in. Yeah, I'll shit. Sometimes I forget you have a Twitter. I did.
Sometimes I forget I have a Twitter. All right.
Yeah. And also VG Legends coming through. Neil Zivic has a quick question, fun question. Favorite but not least favorite wrestlers? Favorite but not.
The Rock, and that's because he acts in way too
Rey
many movies now.
Rey Mysterio.
I guess
Ooh.
I'm not sure how to answer that question, but I guess my favorite would be
Love-hate
Sabu,
relationship?
and
Okay.
yeah, would be Sabu, and my least favorite obviously is CM Punk.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. You know what? You're right. CM Punk.
I have a very love-hate relationship with Tommaso Ciampa because I love the dude. I think he's an amazing performer, but goddamn, does his body fucking give out on him every chance that it gets.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've joked around with the name, like, you know, calling him Tabasco sauce and all that, but I mean, honestly, I don't really have that much of an opinion on the dude one way or another. I mean, I saw how he was with The Miz. I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, this guy's pretty cool.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh,
honestly, he
I
was
got
the,
one that tops it all. Vincent
Go.
Kennedy McMahon.
love-hate relationship.
Hey, Vince McMahon's cool, bro. I like Vince
I'm
McMahon.
joking.
I honestly wish he was still running shit now. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? I
You know, it's one of those things where it's like, did I like where WWE was
Punk.
heading? Not at all.
Yeah,
It's
But
awful.
I have to acknowledge the reality that WWE wouldn't be as big as it was without Vince McMahon.
Oh,
yeah,
the
it would be no
dude-
wrestling.
The dude was a ruthless achiever. What you can't fucking deny it. And it's like for me, I look at Tony Khan and he's just a little bitch to me.
Yeah.
AEW's not going to make it very long under his leadership.
Oh,
To be
no,
honest
no.
with you, I think Triple H might be a good in between. I think that
Yeah,
maybe
that's what it is.
McMahon-
It's like, I even mentioned that on a short TikTok video. He's at best, he's just gonna be mid. At best, the product under him is gonna be mid.
Well, I think that with Triple H, here's my thing. I think Vince was a little too ruthless, whereas Tony Khan's a bitch. I
Yeah.
think Triple H is kind of in the middle. So
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it can turn into like some decent qualities. I think Triple H, while he doesn't always make the right decision, I think a lot of the time he makes pretty good decisions. I'd rather watch WWE right now than AEW. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm never watching AEW, period. I mean, I have a hard enough time keeping up with WWE as it is. So
Listen, when Bray came out, I said it's over. They won.
It's true, bro. It's like he is a very pivotal part of the creative process when it comes to wrestling. Like he's that guy that just he has ideas, whereas no one else really does. It's just give me what I need to do what I have to do. And it's like I get that. It's like you're just doing a job because it is a job at the end of the day, but you have to have something special about you to get over. I think McMahon's problem was that he wanted to create the aspect that gets people over, but he never would naturally let it happen. He always like fought against that. It's like kind of like I want you to know that you got here because of me, not you got here based on
Right.
what your personal thing that got you over. That's always been my thing with Vince. I think Braun Strowman is proof of that. There's plenty of other wrestlers that I think, they had that it factor. What's his name? Lana's husband, I forget.
Oh, Rusev
Rusev. Yeah, I
or
think
Miro now, I guess. But
Miro got himself over, and I feel like Vince just hated that, and it's just like he got himself over. Run with it.
Honestly, the crazy thing is, one thing I'll comment is like Braun Strowman. The thing that ticks me off about Braun Strowman is I was so ready for this guy to be the modern day Big Show. I was so ready for that, and it's just he fucked it up so bad. It's really his own thing, not so much creative, but
yeah, I think that I know Strowman was like doing weird shit and posted it on Instagram, and it's just like, bro, you're supposed to be like
Strowman
that rough dude, the guy that's the edge. Like when you kind of wear like thongs and shit, post it on like
it's like no, the seriousness is taken away right there. And then shoot, what was the shoot, I forgot the other thing y'all were talking about. It was another thing related to wrestling, but
So where's I say Rey Mysterio? I don't like Rey Mysterio. He's good, but he's not great.
Yeah, I mean Ray was honestly he's
the greatest luchador of all time. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's like I honestly wish he would have just stuck with the whole like the gimmick that he had in WCW when he was part of like Conan's faction, when he had the mask off and he was walking around with that like shit. He
need to wear a mask because he looks like an 8-year-old without it on. I'm good.
I think
with a good enough posse, bro, I'm telling you, you have some real bad dudes beside him, that shit could work.
Listen, none of these other kids staying next to him make him look older. Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, Rey Mysterio is great, no doubt. But I feel though, like his collaborations, like the people that were around him throughout his entire career, really gave him that extra oomph that he needed to make it to the top. Like his bouts with Eddie Guerrero, all sorts of wrestlers at the time, man. It's just like he's just like Rey Mysterio.
Hold on, I got a cold. I got a cold. I'm sorry. I said, sorry, excuse me.
Well, let's finish up saying hi, everyone. VG Legend said God of War Ragnarok is amazing. I'm super glad that he's enjoying it. My cousin AB Limit's coming through. Good to see you, cuz. Hope all is well with you, fam. We definitely got to play some games soon. Like, we always be meaning to, play some games, but it just, we kind of just, shit happens, man. But,
okay. I was about to say, that almost looked like Zubair in that picture. Some of y'all probably don't know who that is, but, yeah.
Is this, a boomer reference, or is this
it's
Gen
just,
Z
this
reference?
other, wrestling YouTuber,
Oh, really? Okay, I got you. Okay, that's cool. Berserk for Life said, I'm going to be real on that one. Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't a cup of tea for me. It's just a bit. Yeah, I mean, some people love it. Some people just don't really have any passion for it whatsoever. I don't hate it. It's just I feel passionless when I play that game.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it around Steam, and I mean, it's just I haven't really had Roman Reigns. Honestly, I mean, I like Roman Reigns for what he is. I feel like he could be booked so much better, but yeah.
To be honest with you, I hate Roman Reigns.
I do. I love it. I love what they're doing with Sam. That the stuff, the Uzi stuff, is gold. Oh man, that is hilarious, bro.
My thing is, I haven't watched Roman Reigns lately, but his entire career just centers around 3 basic moves, and I feel as though, and this is controversial, I feel as though if he didn't get leukemia again, he would have never gotten over it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I feel like that's the case. And look, man, no disrespect to him. I'm glad that he's healthy now. He's doing his thing. Look, man, but I feel as though he didn't get over based on his own merits. He couldn't pull it off on his own.
Nah.
But, look, man, more power to him.
Natural ability and didn't creative. Yeah, that was it.
Big shout out to the homie Blaze 4K. Thank you for dropping through.
Hey, what up, Blaze?
Always good to see you, fam. Word. All right. So I think we got the homies down for the most part.
Okay.
So what y'all been playing lately? What y'all been playing or watching? What has piqued your interest in the world of entertainment so far?
I've
Shoot
been
for
playing
it,
a lot of
TW.
stuff. I've been playing a lot of stuff lately. Hotline Miami, Call of Duty Black Ops.
Hotline Miami is one of TJ's favorite games.
Oh yeah, that
Absolutely.
shit goes hard.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's a good game.
What you would call it? I've been playing Vampire. I've been addicted actually to Vampire Survivors.
Okay.
Fucking A, man, that game. It's like it doesn't look like much, but when you're
It's like a pixel art game, right?
Oh, what's up?
It's like a pixel art game, I think,
Yeah,
right? I've seen
it's
it
a
before.
pixel art game. It doesn't look like much, but when you're actually playing it and you're like continuing through, it's like that shit is like a complete joyride to play. I absolutely love it.
Okay, that's what's up.
And yeah,
that's pretty much about it. You been watching anything interesting lately?
watching anything? Honestly, just besides like the regular, just like regular YouTube. Not really. I recently watched the Drunken Master movie by Jackie Chan back then.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, classic, bro.
It's hilarious.
That shit was cool. I was like, that actually kind of reinvigorated my love for like martial arts and shit.
Oh yeah, yo, Blaze. I was telling Rev that you got to have Rev on for Solid Cast for all the spoilers in regards to God of War Ragnarok. Okay, I want to hear it. I'm interested to hear people's discussions on Ragnarok with all the spoilers. So y'all better make that happen. You better have Solid Cast with the Solid Bed. Okay, Rev got to be on there. But Oz, what you been playing? What you been watching? What has intrigued you as Blaze? God of War Ragnarok. That's
God of War.
Deal. Yeah, that's pretty much all you've been concentrating on.
Yeah, trying to stay away from DoomTube, but I'm good.
Damn. Yeah, too much YouTube always bad. Okay, that's why I don't. I don't force
stay away from the black hole, everybody. Stay away from the black hole.
Yeah, the rabbit holes are crazy. But TJ, what's up with you? What you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest lately, sir?
Just been on Ragnarok. I've been on Ragnarok is what I've been playing mostly, other than like just regular like dailies for whatever multiplayer games I play. And then I say I've caught up on. I have to watch the latest episode of Bleach. I'm caught up on what's it called? Mob Psycho 100. So it's just anime, all the weekly stuff that I watch for anime is what I've been watching. So I'm caught up on all of that too.
All right, cool. Yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty. I actually was playing Call of Duty World War II because I never got a chance to play that game. I was enjoying that multiplayer, that TDM multiplayer, more than I was enjoying Modern Warfare 2, to be honest with you. It just felt like old school COD, and I feel like I'm kind of just missing that vibe. Mm-hmm. Modern Warfare 2 just had Season 1. We're going to talk about that first impressions, but I've been playing that, played a little bit of Warzone 2.0, so we're going to get into that. But I actually been watching a little bit of the Batman animated series. The most recent episode I caught was the episode where Poison Ivy pretends like she's kind of, turned a new leaf. She has her family. She's pretending. She's pretending like she's not. Yeah, it really was a good episode, man. Like, we're gonna talk about Batman the animated series, but yeah, I basically, full disclosure, got a code for a game that the dev sent to me called Dysterra. I've been playing a bit of that. I might actually play it on a live stream maybe tomorrow if I'm free. Nice. It's a pretty fun game. It's like a survival. It's like a survival, like futuristic sort of thing. That's pretty interesting. I've been playing that on PC. I've been playing Sleeping Dogs on stream whenever I get the thing to run right.
I've been playing that too.
Yo, TJ loves Sleeping Dogs too. Yeah, Sleeping Dogs is fucking awesome. If you want a game that's genuinely fun, please try Sleeping Dogs. Wherever you can get it, it could be PS4. They have the definitive edition.
You can get it really cheap right now. You can get like $4 or $5 like last year.
Like, that's a game that doesn't sacrifice fun factor for cinematic storytelling and all that. Like for me, I just want to have fun, like instant gratification. Yeah. Just let me get immersed in this world and explore and kick ass, take names. And Sleeping Dogs delivers on all of that shit, and that's why I love it. I love it. But yeah, so pretty much that's what we've been up to lately. So we were talking a little bit about God of War Ragnarok and Call of Duty. Let's just get right into it. Now, this is a non-spoiler discussion. I don't know if you tried the new Call of Duty TW. They have Warzone, which is a free download. Check out on whatever platform you have.
I tried the new Call of Duty a little bit because I hadn't played Call of Duty in so long, but I was like, I honestly didn't really like it. I like the original version of it much better. And then on top of that, when I played it, it made me kind of want to go back and play the older Call of Duties because I was like, this one was just boring to me. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to go back and play. I was playing World at War, but I wanted to play it with a controller. I didn't feel like playing it with PC controls. So, I mean, normally I don't mind PC controls, but I was like, I want to play this with a controller, and I don't feel like doing the whole thing with PC controls, so I just like downloaded Black Ops instead.
Gotcha. I will say, so I have not been having any fun at all with Team Deathmatch on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but my friend Ryan, he was like, let's play Invasion. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And so I tried it, and I actually really love Invasion. If you're not having fun with how fucking sweaty the new Call of Duty is, please try Invasion. That is an awesome game mode. It's really fun. It's like a team deathmatch, but really big battles, big team battles. It's a lot like Battlefield, and I grew to kind of prefer Battlefield over the years. So I think Invasion is really, really fun. It's less sweaty. It's easy to play Invasion to level up the guns that you want. It's not difficult like it is in TDM. I like that one a lot, but it's a sweat fest on TDM when it comes to Call of Duty. Played a few matches of Warzone, like a handful. Warzone 2.0, it seems okay to me. I'm still need some more time to kind of dive into it since it did just drop yesterday. But I mean, I did post some gameplay. So most of the time Call of Duty runs relatively reasonably. I mean, give or take. But there's also this situation that I ran into in regards to COD that kind of just had me like, what the fuck? And I'm about to bring this up on here. But I just want to know. Let's see. Share screen. I just want to know, y'all, what the fuck is this? What is this?
Oh my goodness!
What is this, y'all?
I don't know what that is. But
looks like aim assist. That's what it looks like.
Y'all see how choppy that was? I was literally playing it just like that.
Bro.
Switching mags. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
What are they? Yo, freeze frame. What is that?
What is this? Are we in the fucking Matrix and I'm Neo? I'm the one that can I'm the one that's running super fast and everyone else is choppy as shit. I don't know, and so this was happening in Warzone, and I left Warzone, and I went to go play Invasion on the main game, and it was still happening.
Changing mags.
Guess he's dead, huh?
I was just completely I was blown away on how choppy the game was. That was what the fuck?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna say something. People talk shit on Fortnite, but I've never seen that in Fortnite, not once.
You're not wrong.
I'm getting a refund right away. I'm getting a refund right away. That's gonna piss me off to no way.
It's one of those things where it was it's happening in Warzone, it's happening in the main game. It's really late at night. Maybe they all went home, and this is just what it is. So I just went to bed. I'm like, oh, okay. So what's good with you, bro? Good to see you as always. Sadeo Mao. But yeah, that was
Yeah,
I
that's why I
have
don't play
mixed
games
thoughts.
day one. That's
You know
why I don't
what?
play games day one.
I wish
I
I
don't
had
buy
self
or play
control.
games day one.
I wish I had self control, bro.
it's like I'm telling you, I just can't do it no more because I regret it even after like Mortal Kombat 11. It's nothing that was even wrong with that game. It's just like when the other DLC came out and that shit was as high as it was, that made me just like not even. I was like, bro, I'm not buying or playing nothing day one until all the DLC comes out, everything's patched,
Bro.
and it goes on sale.
Yeah.
Take it from me. I'm the guy who bought Anthem and what the hell's the other game? Defiance or what the hell it's called? Something like that.
I don't remember the name of it. I bought it there with you. I didn't buy the. I knew Anthem was going to be a giant pile of shit. I just knew it in my fucking heart. And given I'd gotten burned, I bought Cyberpunk the Collector's Edition day one. So it's like, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect, but I definitely got fucked with that one.
Oh yeah, bad. You did.
Yeah.
I'm glad I waited till later to play that. That's why I wound up loving the game so much.
Yeah, exactly. But I know Oz and TJ have been really, really into God of War Ragnarok without any spoilers. And please, Chad, don't spoil it because people are still out here grinding, doing their thing, playing the side missions. But without spoiling, what do you guys feel? How does God of War Ragnarok compare to God of War 2018? And just what have been your overall impressions thus far with God of War Ragnarok? It is probably the most anticipated game of the year. So I hope you've been enjoying it.
Before I start, BC, yes, I did see what they did to the female Phantoms in Mortal Kombat 11. It's absolutely sad. Yeah. But honestly, God of War 2018, I played a little bit of it, but it's just, I don't know. It's not even a learning curve. It's just weird because I grew up playing the PlayStation 2 God of Wars, and I'm going into this league. I mean, like, the combat's so slow compared to it. It's just like, man, like that's like, nah. I was used to Kratos with the two little shits. I mean, he brings that back in Ragnarok, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's like the combat's just way slower compared to those games. And
so
Ragnarok looks good, but
you tried 2018, so you didn't like it, so you kind of skipped out on Ragnarok.
Oh yeah,
I got you. Oz, how do you feel about Ragnarok this far? How's it compared to 2018 and what's been the positives, negatives, without the spoilers,
I don't like. All right, as a game, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a very, very gorgeous looking video game. But as a story-wise, for me personally, as it's stuck, how like the first one stuck for me, I don't know what it is. It's like I'm not caring as much. It's weird.
So let me ask you a question. So you prefer 2018 story, how it begins and how you're going through the game. You prefer that more, but do you think this is at least good? It's not as good as 2018, but
it's a masterpiece. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. Like I said, I have my own gripes. Like I still wish they would let you just move back from the camera just a little bit. I know it's something they should have done in 2018, and they didn't do it in this one. It's just a minor gripe. I have little minor gripes. Like I prefer the opening boss scene in the first one over the stone. I don't know. There's little things.
How do you like the combat overall?
Oh, it's awesome. The combat is way better than the first one. Way better. I mean, it's old school Kratos. I mean, almost old school Kratos. Like the gruesomeness, the more aggressive Kratos is back. Like he does some pretty gruesome things to enemies. The F word is you can see it a lot.
They curse a lot in that game.
Yeah, a lot.
It's kind of weird.
I just can't picture Kratos cursing.
No, he don't curse.
But the characters, Thor does. I didn't hear Kratos curse. I've heard characters around him curse though.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the way Kratos, at least from what you played so far? I've heard some rumblings that Kratos isn't treated too well in this game in comparison to 2018 and previous God of War games. How do you feel Kratos is treated in this game, at least from what you played thus far?
Honestly,
Kratos.
it's like it just seems he seems like he's watered down, like supremely. It's like
you
prefer
the older games, right, TW?
Yeah, because he's more mobile.
I played the older games mainly, but yeah, he's just like so watered down. I mean, yeah, he obviously has like a kid or whatever, and he's older, but it's just like I don't know.
I think like, I think 2018 and Ragnarok is really trying to take Kratos' character down a different journey, because you've seen the rage, intense, insane Kratos. So in order to justify these games and Kratos continuing on his path, he has to have some form of character development. I can understand where they're coming from with that. You don't want him to be super stagnant by any means, especially with 2018 basically redefining the game franchise itself. So Oz, how do you feel about how Kratos is treated thus far in the game personally?
It's a weird situation for me, because this is honestly the second God of War game I ever played. I played a little bit of the first one, but I didn't play any of the other ones. So technically, this is my second God of War game, but it's catching me up. As a new fan, it's catching me up, and I love the character. Like, it was hard. Like, for me, like with UTW, like, it was really hard to get through the first one. Like, I don't know what it was. I couldn't get into it because I don't play Souls game, and this was the closest game as being a Souls game for me. But my our friend here, our brother on here, Blake, said, "No, man, play the game. Play the game on. Play the game." I said, "I don't care. You play this freaking game." He's like, I swear to God, you'll love it. You know what? And I ate every word back, and the game.
You almost dropped it, right?
Oh, I did. I was gonna trade it in. He's like, "You better play this game," and I picked it up and I continued.
I remember that.
It turns out, and I haven't beaten the new one yet. 2018 is the best PlayStation game I ever played.
Yeah. I remember Blake being like, "Play this fucking game."
I know you'll love it. I know you'll love it. And I know what? I got pissed. I regret, and I know what, and I would have, because the game's, it's awesome, dude. Because there's I don't want to spoil anything for you. I should go back and play 2018. There's a part where Kratos says something stupid.
You can spoil 2018 if you haven't played 2018.
Okay. There's I know, so stupid. It's like one of my favorite parts of the game is where Atreus and Kratos are about the rolling. And Atreus says something to Kratos where it catches him off guard, and he snickers. Like, he actually laughed for like a second, but he actually gets pissed off because he laughed. He's like, "Silence, boy." He's like, Kratos is just like, did you just laugh? He's like, "Silence, boy." Like, dude, that was, that part alone made the game worth it. Like, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's like he's seeing this character that never expresses these emotions.
Because he's a monster.
Begrudgingly, he does, and they're pointing it out. Like, there's definitely a lot of appeal to that when those moments are done right.
There's another part where I forget what dungeon you're doing, where Kratos throws Atreus a bottle of wine. Like, "Here you go, drink up, son." Like, "Here you go, boy. Drink up." Like, it's awesome.
Yeah. So TJ, I know that you love God of War 2018 as well, and you have God of War Ragnarok. What are your overall thoughts this far, without spoilers, but just how's the combat? How are you liking the characters? How does this compare to 2018 from what you've played thus far?
I don't think that Kratos is dumbed down. I think with this new arc, it's a different version of him. He's grown, he's matured in a way.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes this version of him different. And I'm in agreement with Ozzknot. Like, the original opening fight in 2018 is better than the opening fight in Ragnarok. I've said that to multiple people. They think that otherwise. I see why. It might be recency bias, but for me, it's definitely the Stranger fight. In terms of like
Gotcha.
the gameplay for Ragnarok, I think they picked up right where they left off with 2018 in terms of the character development, the side quest. There's a lot of do. It's still a hub world, so it's not open world, but it's
Right.
a hub world, so it's a lot of things that you can get into and just explore. It's like a sandbox essentially, without it being a sandbox. So I do enjoy that aspect. I've seen a lot of people complaining, and a few people have gone viral in regards to talking about the amount of puzzles that are in the game. But I've noticed that the majority of the puzzle like aspects of it are side quests. They're not a part of the main storyline,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
they're not a required thing to do. You can choose not to do them if you don't want to. If you decide that you want to upgrade your health and your rage meter, then obviously you have to do the side quest to be able to accomplish that. If you don't want to and you just want to run through the
Yeah.
game and play through the story, you have the option to do that. I've been playing through the side quests. I've been leveling up, grabbing certain things, learning different stories, and you are getting through playing the side quests. You get a lot more of the lore and understanding of what Norse mythology is. So it gives you that backstory. So you get to understand who these deities are and what they were doing when, you know, you get a lot of the backstory from Amir. There's another, other characters that provide that information to you as well. So it
Yeah.
it fleshes out a lot of what's going on in the world. So I will say that that's one of the aspects of the game that's enjoyable as well.
Okay, and Yokai
See, I
Gypsy
like
said
that
God
though.
of War.
That's one thing I like is.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go ahead. My bad.
Definitely. No, you're good. I was just gonna say God of War. He says God of War Ragnarok is dad vibes Kratos. I get where they're going with his character, but I prefer BMF Kratos. What is BMF?
Oh yeah, bad mother effer.
Got you, Kratos. I guess I'm getting old, and I don't know the
Bro, I
lingo
didn't know what that.
anymore.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't know
out
what that
of
was.
and Kratos from God of War 3. I will say this: the boss fights in this game gave me God of War 3 vibes. That's pretty cool. That's like a lot of people say in terms of like peak. Like a lot of people still say God of War 3 is up there,
Listen,
especially with
if
those
you
boss
don't
fights.
if you don't think the aggression and gore is in this, okay, there's an executions are bad. There's an execution. I'm not spoiling it. You'll find out. It looks even cooler than how I'm going to describe it. There's an execution where he grabs a wolf's face and just rips it down, and you see blood slurring out everywhere. It's all over him. Okay,
Mhm.
it's crazy.
That's not even a spoiler because that animation was in the 2018 game. If you played
Was it?
2018, there's a
Yeah.
I don't
section where
even
you
remember.
fight these like wolves, and he does
Oh
the
yeah.
same exact animation in this game
Oh,
where he
really?
takes
I don't remember
where
that.
he hits the wolf and he grabs him by the jaw and rips it all the way down to his chest.
Damn.
Oh
I don't.
yeah, that was one part I played. That
Yeah.
part was cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Not
So
a
and,
lot of
and
that.
to address what the other person in the comments said, a lot of the boss fights, because a lot of the complaints from the first game was that there's too many troll bosses in the first
Mhm.
game. And the funny thing is, when you play the actual story in the beginning, a troll attacks you and then he gets
Yeah,
killed. So it was like they teased a troll boss, but then they killed it so
yeah,
that you didn't have to fight it.
yeah.
I thought that was
That
pretty
was
funny.
funny. He swipes it.
That is funny.
Kratos is just like nah and swipes it.
So I appreciate that they was able to make fun of themselves in regards to that.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool.
yeah, there's a lot of varied boss fights and side bosses that you get to fight against that make the game more interesting, and they bring back some of the ones that you fought in the original game as well.
Oh shit.
Got you. Drace gives his opinion. He says, I think they're saying that this Kratos is more of a mentor to his son and show him the way to be better than he was. And yeah, I
Yeah,
completely get that. I
that's what
mean,
a parent's supposed to do.
yeah, exactly. Like, ideally, unless you're a self-centered piece of shit, ideally, you would want your offspring to, no doubt, be better than what you've managed to become. That's
Oh yeah.
the main thing you could hope for being a parent, right? So I totally get
God, I
that.
would,
And
because there's something that Kratos says in the new one. I ain't saying nothing. Never mind. I'm sorry.
yeah, chill back. Wizard23 says the puzzle complaints are definitely weird since the series has always had a lot of puzzles. LOL.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I think that like God of War 3 just has like a higher interested in the action for me. It's more designed to be an action game, whereas like God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, while they do have a lot of action, it tries to be very cinematic-y. And for me, I just don't really, it doesn't grab my attention. If anything, it kind of turns me off. I don't really, if I want to see cinematics be in the forefront, I want to watch film instead. But like,
Yeah.
I think one of the things, like, I think the reason why the camera is so up on Kratos's back is because they wanted to have more of a cinematic feel. And it's just like, but as a player, it's more ideal to pan the camera back. That was one of my biggest complaints of Bayonetta 3. For some reason, the default option was having the camera right up on Bayonetta, but at least in the options, you could pan that back. But it was just so strange that it was the default option. And it's just like, why are you trying to be like these other games? Thankfully, I could change that, but Bayonetta 1 and 2, they give you that space so that you can see behind you. I don't want games to put cinematics first. I want the gameplay to be first. And I feel as though some of these games aren't doing what I think is best for the game itself. Go ahead, Oz.
And this new God of War, there's a lot of Zelda. Like a lot of Zelda in it.
Okay.
Just the way you charge up your axe. That's Link's sword. The first time I ever got like a lock-on feature was in Ocarina of Time.
Gotcha.
They did the same thing like that in Zelda. I mean, there's a lot of Zelda. There's a lot of references to Zelda.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, hey, Zelda is Zelda, man. Big respect to Zelda. And drawing from that's pretty cool. Overall, any final thoughts about God of War Ragnarok? Oz, I know you played a little bit of Warzone with us. I don't know if you want to give your impressions on Warzone from what you played of it.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Warzone. It's weird. It's weird.
I think you need to give it some more time because you never really played Warzone like that. It's like kind of adjusting to.
You know what I don't like about Warzone? I don't like about Warzone. Take yourself too seriously.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I get you. You'll see motherfuckers dressed up like Looney Tunes characters at some point when they have the shop full of shit that people buy, and it won't be nearly as seriously as it was before when you see fucking Bugs Bunny running through with an AK-47. But
I mean, it's coming to Fortnite, so give it a time, baby. Let's give it time, bro.
Yeah,
that's not a joke.
At some point, it's like I'm not gonna be able to take it seriously anymore. But any final thoughts on both games?
I may try Ragnarok out. Of course, I'm gonna wait until the damn price goes down because I'm not paying no full price for a game that I barely really played like that. But yeah, I mean,
you'd like to try it out. It looks like a very innovative video game, no doubt, in terms of graphics, in terms of performance options. No doubt, I can respect it based on those merits. It looks like a Game of the Year contender. It has that quality, that polish. On those fronts, I think it is a great game. But for me personally, I don't think I would get too much out of it because it just, while it's a great game, it just doesn't strike my fancy with the things that I'm looking for. So maybe I'll try it on a sale. I promised myself to beat the previous game before I jump into a new game, so I would have to no doubt beat 2018 first. But we'll see what happens.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I gotta get some context because I've not really played much of the modern ones, so definitely gotta get some context on that.
Yeah, so I want to bring up this little thing we can just have our general discussion on. But Adam, shout out to Adam. Welcome to the stream. He said, hey, Cassie, not sure if anyone mentioned it in the chat, but did you hear that Volition, the Saints Row developers, is shutting down and will now be part of Gearbox? So I didn't realize that.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, I actually did. I did read that this morning.
Yeah, I did read that. When he basically typed this out, I'm like, really? So I went on my little quick Google search, and he's right. Volition to become part of Gearbox after Saints Row failed to meet expectations. I mean,
I'm not shocked. They did it themselves. I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, wow.
What do you guys think about this situation?
They had one chance because they already kept fucking things up with. They already massively fucked things up with Saints Row 4. And then
that other game, that other
Agents of Mayhem,
fucking doo-doo, bro. Oh my god!
I'm like, y'all had one last chance to redeem yourselves, and it's just like, Y'all want to rest on y'all laurels? Y'all wanted to include yourselves in the game? Look how that turned out.
Yeah, exactly. Oz, TJ, I don't know if you guys want to chime in. Are you guys surprised? Is it?
I generally don't care, but
I really don't either.
I will say that I don't give a shit. But I'll say that I think this is a better option than them being like completely just disbanded and then everybody has to search for new jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
So they already have like a job somewhere else, like guaranteed. Well, it could be guaranteed. You never know. Sometimes they get there and then they'll get cut. So we'll see. But as of right now, they have a job. So I think that's a good thing. But Gearbox is trash. They only make one game and they don't do anything else. So
that's true. I haven't. Yeah.
I mean, look, for me personally, I'm not at all surprised. Look, I love the old Saints Row games, particularly 1 and 2. I enjoy 3, and sometimes I can even play 4 occasionally, even though it's inferior in comparison to previous games. But when they drop this game, and it's just Saints Row in name to me, the great thing that made Saints Row what it is that it shit on political correctness.
Yeah.
And let's be real now. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The gameplay was mediocre. It's one of the things, just like even in the original games, the gameplay was always mediocre. The customization was what brought us there. But what really, really made all the Saints Row games stand out was how politically incorrect it chose to be. And let's be real now. They made this Saints Row game and they toned down and they chose to be as PC as they possibly can within reason. And because of that, you made a very mediocre game, a game that stands out in no noteworthy way whatsoever, besides having performance issues and no DLSS and just being a very lackluster ass game. If they would have just went balls to the wall, anti-PC, at least it would have been spoken of fondly. It's kind of like Saints Row. They said some crazy wild ass shit. Check out this clip. You could have had tons of people promoting your game just by being like willing to take it to the limit. And they didn't choose to do that. And because of that, this is what happens. This is the fallout. The game apparently didn't meet expectations because it was a very, very, very mediocre game at best. And look, man, if you're too afraid to make the game that's respectful of its franchise, then make a new franchise or fuck off. We don't want you using the names of beloved franchises that we've been fans of for many years in order to use that to make your money. Make something new, because that to me wasn't Saints Row at all. So look, I know some people liked it. Hey, more power to you. I can't be bothered to put money towards that. I try to be as anti-PC as I can, and people that choose to go against the mold, I like them more than people that just want to fit in and just get by because they're too afraid to stand out in any meaningful way. That's just how I feel personally. I don't know how any of you guys feel about that, but I'm not surprised. I know a lot of people there they were just doing their job, and I get that. It's mostly the heads of these companies that make these stupid ass decisions, but making Saints Row politically correct, rebooting it, not giving the fans what they want. So many people have wanted a remaster of Saints Row 2 or a remake of Saints Row 1 because I feel like that needs it the most.
That definitely does, because when you talk about Saints Row 1 doesn't even get the kind of love that Saints Row 2 gets. Obviously, Saints Row 2 being the better game, but even still.
Yeah, I think Saints Row 1, if it got a full-on remake that was really respectful of the original game, but quality of life changes and all that, I would have day one'd it, man. No doubt. I think fans would have loved that. People want to go back to Stillwater. That's like one of the biggest things that people have been asking for forever. We want to go back to Stillwater. And it's just, let's just ignore what everyone fucking wants. And it's just
apparently.
It's weird because like Volition, Saints Row 3, they listened to a lot of fan feedback and included a lot of fan feedback in Saints Row 3. And, people may not like that one so much, but I thought that's interesting that they went down that route. It's not always the best route to go down, but at least they respected the people that bought their game.
Exactly.
So these guys, they did it. They attacked fans, old school fans of the franchise. They even, I heard that they doxed someone allegedly. I mean, I didn't look too much into it. Basically, they were willing to lash out at the criticism of their game, and that's not. Look, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. You're trying to sell everybody something. So you're going to have to fucking be cordial about what you're doing. Otherwise, you just make content for me. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So that's my thoughts on it. I don't know if you guys want to include anything.
Yeah, I mean, Saints Row 3 was okay, but honestly, after 2, I don't consider any other game they made as Saints Row. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad at least those people at Volition are still going to have jobs somewhere, even if it is at a shitty company as Gearbox. At least they're good, and at least they don't have to worry about searching for new jobs. But at the same time, you know, most of those most of them did it to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, hey, music brings up a classic. Yep, go woke, go broke. I mean, look, it doesn't always happen, but in this situation, we could point at what y'all clearly didn't do, and that was, you know, be true to Saints Row. So, hey, that's how I feel about it. But yeah, I appreciate Adam for bringing up that topic real quick. Yeah. It's definitely interesting. He brought it to my attention, so I appreciate that. So next topic of discussion is the Game Awards, and I think the God of War kind of falls into this, but the Game of the Year. It's a big discussion, and let me see. I mean, overall, there's a decent. There's a lot of awards here, not just for Game of the Year, but like there's like fucking. Let me see, 2, 4, 6. Fucking. There's too many awards, and they're only going to show like 1/8 of them at the actual awards.
Yeah.
Like, that's really? It's fucking stupid to me. Personally, I don't value the Game Awards in any way, shape, or form. You don't either, TW. Oz, TJ, do you value the Game Award show in any way?
Not really.
I value it for the world premieres and trailers that we get. That's about it.
Oh, I forgot about that. You right about that, my dude.
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch the Game Awards in order to check out the trailers. But the past 2 years, I've literally just essentially what I would do was bring up YouTube and be on like IGN or something, waiting for the actual trailers to drop and then watching them there. Because it's like, I'm sorry, there's too many ads. There's too much nonsense going on. A lot of fucking people just talking a bunch of bullshit, smelling their own farts. Essentially, they become what they claim to be against, which is becoming like the Grammys and the Oscars and all that. And I don't really have malice towards Jeff Keighley, but he's just the guy that organizes it, and I don't really love or hate him personally. He's just whatever to me. But look, man, reality is these are what everyone acknowledges as the Game Award show, the main one, and we have to have that discussion about the games that are presented. And let's see. Game of the Year. Here is it. Game of the Year nominees. And so the nominees are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, personally, on this list, I've only played Stray. What have you guys played this on this list, or have you played any of these games at all?
Elden Ring and Ragnarok. That's it.
Okay.
I've only played Stray, but I mean, obviously, people that know been on my channel know how I feel about that game. But honestly, out of all these, I mean, even though I'm not a Souls guy at all, I'd say Elden Ring
is your choice for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Oz, have you? So, which of these games have you played?
God of War. But I do think it's very disrespectful to not put Ninja Turtles up there.
Oh, you know yeah, dude, that easily could be Game of the Year. Yeah, that game was hard.
The fan service, the dedication, they put down on everything and pretty much made the damn game free. Everybody can love that game. The music's excellent. The art's excellent.
Exactly.
The voice acting is excellent. They got the original Ninja Turtles that do the game. How is that on there? but Stray is. I have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like Stray, but I don't think it's Game of the Year worthy by any means. I think it's.
I'll say something to piss off the Horizon people. I think it's better than Horizon.
What, Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, hands down.
Look, I've only played Stray. Stray is not Game of the Year.
I feel that way.
It's not. I feel as though Ninja Turtles is definitely Game of the Year worthy. It's exceptional in every key aspect of gaming. The art is exceptional in its genre. The gameplay is exceptional in its genre. The music, the freaking, just everything about it. I love the music.
Give you Casey Jones.
Memorable. Yeah, and the character availability is awesome. The replay value is awesome. I went through the game like so many times playing as every character, and I've beaten them with everyone except Donatello and I think Raphael. Everyone else, I played through the whole game as them. It's amazing replay value.
I'd honestly would give it. If there was two, like if I had to pick between the two, if there was God of War, Ninja Turtles, I'd probably go with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I feel you.
I just would.
I mean, hey, I think it's an absolutely exceptional game in terms of what they wanted to do and how well they executed it. It is one of the best beat 'em up games I've ever played.
Yes.
That's saying a lot. There's been a lot of beat 'em up games, especially 2D, that have come and gone in our time and even before my time personally. I mean, Oz not your fucking ancient, so
it's like honestly one of the best beat 'em ups I played since Streets of Rage 4.
You know how many fucking people, how many people this game genuinely made fucking happy? Like,
just happy.
Like, yo, I've seen grown ass dudes that are like 10 years older than me, happier than a pig in shit, excited for something. And like a lot of like old guys who are older than me, man, they're waned by gaming. Even though they're gamers, they feel like the best of gaming has kind of been behind them. It's rare when you see dudes that are like in their late 30s, early 40s, and all that, like genuinely excited and like, damn, this lived up to my expectations. It brings me right back to my childhood sort of deal.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles really did that. And I think another game that deserves to be on this list over Stray, and maybe even, I mean, look, I can't really speak for Horizon Forbidden West. Can't really speak for Plague Tale Requiem. But I think Cult of the Lamb is an amazing game in its own right. It was a game that handled two different types of gameplay, which is like base management and dungeon crawling, hack and slash. I think the game handled both of those things exceptionally. I love the art style. I love how it's like this dark, like you're literally a cult fucking leader. You could choose to be an absolute piece of shit, or you could choose to be as nice as a cult leader could possibly be. And just the dark undertone of such a cutesy looking game, and just the style that they ran with, without cowardice, man. I really appreciate that. They didn't shy away. So it definitely is kind of funny. I mean, and the fact that it has cult in the name, and I also have, the cult classic Cage show. Obviously I'm being a little biased, but I feel as though that should be on this list. A lot of people played it. A lot of people loved it. It's exceptional in what it was trying to accomplish, and I feel as though it deserves to be on this list. I think that these choices, I've watched Saya Strike, he's in the chat, plays Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I think the game is absolutely exceptional from a viewer's perspective. I think the music is amazing, the gameplay looks really fun, the story, the characters, everything presented. The game is an open world game running on the Switch and looks pretty fucking good. You can't say the same shit about these Pokemon games, but I mean, the devs behind Xenoblade Chronicles 3, they're challenged with very, very limited hardware, and they've managed to produce something that is exceptional. And I think that's a good choice. God of War Ragnarok is definitely a great choice. But for me personally, I think Elden Ring deserves to win. And it's not from a gameplay perspective necessarily, but I think the fact that they brought the Soulsborne series to the open world, that is a big feat, especially when you take into account the way these games are designed. They're designed around, specifically game design is centered around difficulty. Like they very intricately design all this shit to have a certain tone and a certain difficulty level, and not most devs don't do that. Most devs kind of take a more, I think, is more of a generic route, and I like those games, that have difficulty options. But I think it's very intricate, their game design, to be able to take it to an open world perspective and still be successful. I think is something to complement them. I think that's important. I also think it's important to preserve the integrity of gaming as an art form.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, it did not kowtow to these fucking cowardice journalists that can't play video games. It didn't kowtow to the bitching and whining and the people who are not disabled that are saying disabled people can't play this game because it's too hard. I'm tired of hearing this fucking argument. If you're not disabled, then shut the fuck up. Okay? Like, I don't want to hear the argument from these people anymore. The fact that they kept artistic integrity, they did not fucking cater to these losers, and I think that alone, Elden Ring deserves to win. Period. Do not put difficulty options in these games, and I suck at them. I'm garbage at Soulsborne games, and you know what? I'll probably never be good at them, but even so, I would not ask them to sacrifice artistic integrity to please me. There's fucking millions of other games out there, okay? You can go play one of those. There's a bunch of other games with difficulty options. Go play those, okay? You're not, just because you can't play the game because you can't beat it, you won't be left out. You're still in the gaming space as long as you're playing your games.
All I'm going to say is that we have a really close friend who loves playing games on super hard modes. And he said the super hard mode was too hard. And God of War, to where he had to put it on medium. It was still hard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, King Sync.
He's like, he had to go down to normal.
Yo, and it's funny because Sync plays Soulsborne games, and the reason why he chose to put God of War Ragnarok on the hardest difficulty, he was like, I mean, I play Soulsborne games, man. I could fucking do this shit. And it's like after spending hours upon hours trying to beat one of the tougher bosses, it's like, I need my sanity. I want to keep my hair.
Yeah.
Look, there's nothing wrong with that, man. And look, the reality is there are some games in my life that I've never beaten just because I wasn't good enough. And it's fine. It happens to us all. We may not talk about it, but it's happened to us all. But especially when I was a kid, especially when I didn't really have my skills were still developing, let's say, there have been plenty of games that I didn't really get to beat. Crash Bandicoot 2, never got to beat it. That game fucking whooped my ass.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
It is what it is. Yeah, hell
get out of here.
It's completely fine if you don't beat the game because it whooped your ass. It happens to us all. There's no shame in admitting it. There's no shame. It happens. But the way you go about it, says a lot about your character. I could admit, man, some games fucked me up in my life, and I never got a chance to beat them because I wasn't good enough. And that happens, but I do strive to be a better gamer, and I don't let that. I don't tell the devs, oh, you guys must lower this difficulty to please me. Shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely say, like, Elden Ring should definitely win because, like I said, I'm not a Souls guy. I actually hate the Souls games. Not even just because they're too hard, but because it's just, okay, if it's going to be difficult, I would like at least for the combat to not be as slow as it is. Because it's like, I'm swinging like, meanwhile, you got the other enemies like,
yes.
And I'm saying, like, what the fuck?
Yo,
what
the way people beat these games blows my mind. Because it's like, for me, I prefer like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, because of the high action. Like, you're in there doing all these combos, doing all sorts of crazy shit, and I dig that. Now, I buy some of the Dark Souls games. I want to support them because I think it's important to support the artistic integrity of difficulty in games. It's something that a bunch of devs have decided. Let's just make the entry level as easy and dumbed down as possible in order to get all these people. And that's not artistic integrity. That's just, you just want as many people to buy your game as possible. So you're willing to dumb it down as far as you can in order to have that accessibility there. And to me, while it's very common when devs go out of their way to go against that grain, look, we're making a great game, but it's difficult. if you choose to indulge, we wish you the best. The design of Soulsborne games is that they're meant to. It's meant to be like a community-driven thing. You have like you can write on the ground to help someone or to fuck them over, which I've seen too. That's pretty funny. But you can try and help your fellow brethren across this journey, and I think that's cool. People look up stuff online. For me, I don't like that because it breaks my immersion in the game. I don't want to play a game where I feel like I need to look stuff up constantly. I actually, at all costs, I try to avoid it. But that's just me personally.
Yeah, and I always have like with games that are difficult, I always have like a 3-strike rule. Because like simple as that, if I don't beat it within 3 times, unless if I really love the game, then I'm just gonna say fuck it. If I'm just trying to, if I'm going into the game blind and I don't beat it like within 3 times, I'm done. But yeah, I don't mind an easy mode, honestly. If it's got a good story to it and I want to just get through the story, then I'll play easy mode just for the sake of not having to deal with the bullshit. But for most games, I just usually play normal. I don't really go up to harder difficulty if I don't have extra. I'm gonna stress myself out for nothing. What am I gonna pull my hair out for nothing? Get myself all pissed off at a game for absolutely nothing? Like, what do I have to prove to anybody? Oh, I beat a game on hard mode. Oh, good for you. What do you want to?
For me, I have to like weigh the reward. Like, if you're gonna give me a gold trophy to beat this game on the hardest difficulty, I'm gonna be tempted to do it. You know, I mean, hey, you know, it's a gold trophy, okay. But a lot of these games now, it's like, what's the point? They don't have difficulty trophies anymore.
Yeah, exactly. There's no incentive.
Why? I just want to be challenged enough to where I am challenged. There's a challenge here, but I'm not overwhelmed. So a lot of time I pick between normal or like normally there's an option between normal and hard. That's typically always like kind of my go-to where I feel a good amount of challenge, but I'm not overwhelmed. And I prefer that. I don't want it to be easy because then it gets boring. Yeah. But I don't want to feel like I'm getting my fucking ass plastered the whole time. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, that's not fun to me. But Side Strike says Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a great game. I'm playing A Plague Tale on stream. The game looks great and plays very fun if you like stealth games. Stray is fun. I'm still enjoying it. Hey, yeah, Striker plays a lot of stuff. He's a streamer, so he's always trying new things. He always wants to have a new experience, and I appreciate your input, Striker, on the game so far. So that's what's up.
Way to not be bored with gaming, man. Just try something new out, man. Like, if you normally play shooters, then try out a freaking RPG, try out a fighting game, or that way you'll never be bored with video games. You're always trying out something new.
Yeah, it's like, even though like a genre presents itself that I feel as though I won't be into, if there's a game that has the aesthetic that I like, but is that genre, I'll at least try. I'll at least give it a try. You know, it's like maybe this game's aesthetic, maybe the characters presented draw me in, maybe it's enough to make me play the game. And hey, I actually kind of like this gameplay. You know, it just takes that right game to sometimes get you in. But I definitely encourage people to try different things. You know, you just never know, and that's the thing about it. And you know, Spencer is boldly proclaiming he's never he's never been in a situation where a game was just too hard for him. All right, okay, if you say so, sir. And Berserk for Life says those casuals also need to stop complaining about Elden Ring. Yeah, stop complaining about Elden Ring. Yeah, stop complaining about Souls games. If you don't like the games that come from this studio, there's so many other games to play out there. It's just not for you. Stop demanding that devs sacrifice their artistic vision to please you. Fuck out of here with that. And Sailor Mercury. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, yeah. One thing I'll say, it's like, I don't understand how people can want the difficulty to be, like, gone from the Souls games, because those Souls games, all they have is difficulty. Let's face it. The gameplay is shit. The story is shit. If they don't have a difficulty, then it's like, what do they have?
Well, I think the aesthetics of the franchise are very interesting. I think the art style the aesthetics, just the overall design. I can appreciate. For me, I wouldn't say the gameplay is shit, but it's just not for me. I need more action. I as I'm getting older, I don't want to play games that feel like they waste my time. So if I take a straight L after I've been grinding for like 3 fucking hours and it costs me like so much, that kind of makes me mad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 3-strike rule, baby. 3 strikes. Unless if I'm invested into the story, if I don't get it by 3 times, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that are fans of Soulsborne games proudly proclaim that there's an amazing story there somewhere. And to be fair, I've tried Demon's Souls, I've tried Bloodborne. Can't find it. Can't fucking find it. I can't find the story. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Hey, that's not story that they're talking about. It's lore that they're like proclaiming is so good. I mean, the lore is good, but you have to go so many different places to find it. It becomes a chore sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's just the way that you're kind of forced to get help in those games that kind of just makes me say I don't really feel immersed and I'm just not into it.
Well,
That's just me. But Sailor Mercury says my pick is Xenoblade 3, but I want Elden Ring to win just so I can laugh at some game journals more. Hell yeah, bro. I feel you with that. Fuck the game journals. I'm done with them.
My biggest laugh is Stray wins.
That would be fucking insane, dude. I would laugh too. As the world is burning, I will laugh.
I will laugh because there's a lot of people who love cats.
You know what? I hope Stray wins because it's a very easy to play game. So everyone probably played it. It's only like 8 hours. So most of the people that whoever's behind the curtain that decides who wins Game of the Year, they probably beat it. They probably didn't beat any other game on this fucking list. Let's be real now. Stray was probably the only one they beat because it's relatively short and it's not that hard. So
watch that win. Exactly.
You know what? I want Stray to win just because it's a huge fuck you to everything.
I just have the feeling it's going to win it. I just have the feeling.
Oh yeah, it is because it's the easiest game compared to all the others. So yeah,
it's going to come out on social media. Everybody's going to be shocked. Yeah, I can see how.
Jeff Keighley, he's going to see a bunch of people with pitchforks and torches on his doorstep.
Oh, God. I feel sorry for that guy.
Pretty much.
That dude. That dude has to deal with so many of these freaks every time something happens with gaming.
You're not wrong, bro. Any final thoughts on game of the year?
Yeah, exactly. It's like they think he's
power,
like the
baby.
face of gaming, and when something wins game of the year that they don't like, it's like, how could you do this, dude? I just host a show. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, I respect that. Spencer says never dropped a game for being too hard, but I've dropped games for being garbage. Okay.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yep. I feel Sailor Mercury says I feel the same. Difficulty does nothing for me. I enjoy story and gameplay combat more than the challenge itself. Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, there are different types of gamers, and what scratches your itch. I mean, that's why I constantly want games to be their own thing. I don't want everything to be the same. And I think, throughout my gaming lifetime, games have tried to become more and more of the same. And it's just like, but what scratches every gamer's itch, we have different people that are into different things. And I don't think that every game should try to appeal to everyone because everyone's different. And that's why I do fight for Elden Ring too. I do fight for Elden Ring. I do trash on people that bitch about it being too hard. It's one of the games that was so different in its own right that now there's Dark Souls clones. Like that's like a subgenre now. How many devs try to make games that are like knockoffs of the Soulsborne series?
Even Darksiders 3 did
so
it.
Unique. Yeah, you're right. They're all trying to do it because it's like the popular thing. Everyone talks about how difficult the game is and all that. So yeah, but any other final thoughts about Game of the Year?
Honestly, no.
All right, so at this point, the John Wick trailer. So I saw this trailer.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Go for
I
it.
seen that and dead ass thought it was gonna be a new Matrix movie simply because I saw both Keanu and Lawrence Fishburne. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I guess new Matrix. But I'm like, wait, but he has like his shit in this one, and it doesn't seem to be taking space, place in like a cyberspace. So, never mind.
Well, I mean, to me, The Matrix is a dead franchise at this point. After that last one, my
Ooh,
brain
sneaky.
just completely shut off 20 minutes in. And I'm just like, this is one big heaping pile of dog shit. So I'm good. So at least, look, man, a lot of people say kind of John Wick has run its course, but I find it very entertaining. To me, I'm excited for this new one. Look at this cast list. You got Keanu Reeves, Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, Lawrence Fishburne, Hiroyuki Sanada, who he was in the most recent Mortal Kombat movie. He played Scorpion. While I don't like the movie, while I don't like that movie, he's good at what he does.
Oh yeah, he was awesome. Scorpion.
He was also in the Wolverine.
Yeah, and he also played on Rush Hour as Jackie Chan's brother in that that film. I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and also you have Lance Riddick.
I think he was his name was Kenji. He was the main bad guy on that.
Okay. You have also Lance Riddick, great actor in his own right. He shouldn't have taken that role in that Resident Evil TV show, but we'll look past that. And Clancy Brown, I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he was the main guard in the Shawshank Redemption. Great actor too, great character actor. This is top tier cast for this particular period in our lifetimes in regards to Hollywood entertainment. I'm excited for it. You know, TJ, I know you're a big fan of John Wick movies, and I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I really enjoy them for what they are. I'm glad that there's a fourth one. How do you feel? Did you watch the trailer, or are you just waiting for
I'm waiting for the movie. I actually didn't watch the full trailer. I watched like part of it just to kind of get an idea of who was going to be in it and what like they were alluding to in terms of what the story is. But I watched maybe like a minute and then cut it off.
Gotcha.
I know what John Wick is. I don't need to see anything. Yeah, once I saw Donnie Yen, I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. It's always exciting to see Donnie Yen. And to be honest with you, he's like one of the top dudes in regards to like the guy you go to for like martial arts flicks at this point. I love the Ip Man. The first two movies I adore. The third one, I kind of fell off a little bit. I still haven't watched the fourth one, but that first Ip Man movie, I think, is more than just a martial arts film. It truly is. It's so artistic, so depthful. I think Donnie Yen has so much more to offer, so I'm really glad to see him in John Wick 4. I think it's setting up to be really interesting. Oz, are you into John Wick at all?
Not really.
Nah. Are you interested in this? Does this cast kind of shock you?
Nah, not really.
Jeez. Oh my god. Well, I'm excited for it, and hey, we got a super chat. So
let's go.
Scargut.
Nice, right? That's the first one.
5. Yes, Scargut is the first super chatter. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And he said, "Here's your tip, Cass. Glad that your channel has finally been monetized." Wow. Yeah, I'm actually a YouTube partner. I feel like it's not.
Oh my god! Wow, you actually got approved for that shit.
Why didn't you say something, man?
Well, I didn't really want to make a big deal out of it, sort of deal.
I feel you.
So it's like whatever, but I really appreciate the 5 what is it, pounds? I think English.
I think that's pounds.
Thank you, sir.
$5.
It's better money than U.S. currency, so thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Honestly, thank you all so much. Like I said, I don't attribute it to me. I attribute it to everyone that supports the channel, that comes through, that listens to the bullshit that I have to say. And I try to make it fun as best as I can, but without you guys, I have nothing. So I really attribute it to everyone that's come through. Yo, Alex vs. Evil says Resident Evil TV show doesn't exist. Yeah.
Exactly.
Pretty much. I didn't think it could get any more like annoying than the movies, because I watched like the first 2, and I remember watching those when I was in high school at my best friend's house, Kevin. And he wanted to watch them, and we had like a little crew, so we watched them. I fell asleep. I was just like, this is horseshit. and fell asleep.
Yeah, the movies were shit. The only thing I remember about the movies is Slipknot doing the soundtrack for one of them, that song My Leg.
I was like, whoa, this movie looks dope. Like Slipknot's doing it, and I saw the movie. I was like, oh, this movie stinks.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 'cause that's what happened.
And yeah, Sailor Mercury talking about Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown was Kurgan in Highlander, I think. Great actor. He really is a great character actor. He was also in Detroit Become Human, and he was really good in that as well. He's really good at playing he's really good at playing bad guys, but also like the good guy that's kind of an asshole. Like he really does well with that. So I really appreciate him. He does leave a lasting impression in the things that I've seen with him in them. So it's really cool that he's going to be in John Wick 4. Clancy Brown was the voice for Lex Luthor. I didn't know that. Okay, Neozoic, throwing out straight facts. And yes, Scarga, you are the first one. Yes, thank you so much. And
let's fucking go.
Iman said, "Whoa, congratulations! Thank you so much." Like I said, I always attribute it to you guys. And yes, it is British pounds. Woo! Yep. It's better money than U.S. money. And oh shit. Envy Dub, what is good with you, bro? He sent a $3 super sticker. Hold on.
Okay.
What?
Nice.
Oh shit. Oh, he gave me a thumbs up super sticker. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thumbs
so
it right up there.
Sailor Mercury said, I legit loved the first Resident Evil film as a kid. I mean, yeah, I think that a lot of people, you watch the first movie. I've seen the first movie. If you can look past it as a fan of the franchise, I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but I could definitely see it being impressionable as a kid. Some of my
good.
Yeah, I know Gatling Hunter, he's a big Resident Evil fan, and he likes the Resident Evil movies to watch them because they're garbage, and he just indulges in how garbage they are, and he finds some enjoyment out of it. So hey,
yeah, we definitely did that last year.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, that Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, that Resident Evil movie with the Persian Leon Kennedy. It was beautiful.
I didn't need to watch the movie. Just your guys' reaction to it was all I needed to hear, and I got all the enjoyment alone. Oh my gosh. Berserk Flex says, isn't the same director of John Wick trilogy currently working on the Ghost of Tsushima film adaptation though? You're right. And while I think personally, basically Sony got this brilliant fucking idea to make a movie or TV show out of all their franchises that they have the IP to, and most of them I think is absolute garbage. The only one that I think that has a genuine chance is probably Ghost of Tsushima. They have the right director behind it. While I don't really need to see a film adaptation of Tsushima because I can just go play the game, I mean, that's probably the only one I'm willing to indulge in any serious way. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only PlayStation exclusive that I can own, that I can really say that like I'm itching to play. That's
dude, please, whenever you get the chance, if you get your hands on a hand-me-down PS4 or you get a PS5, you have to play it. Or when it comes to PC. I think eventually it's going to come, but
yeah, I think it's going to come to PC. I'll just play it when that happens.
Oh, man, it's so much fun, bro. Honestly, like, if you just want to be in that feeling of being a ninja samurai and just enjoying the combat and story, to me it's everything that I could want. The gore, I don't know what they're gonna do as a sequel, but they're planning on it. And Spencer here says, I like those movies because they're trash. Yeah, some people get enjoyment out of it for that.
I hope that Ghost of Tsushima is at least better than Sekiro, because I was disappointed by Sekiro. I was kind of hoping Sekiro was gonna be something like that, but it wound up being something else. But it's just like,
I mean, from what I do know of Sekiro, I feel as though Ghost of Tsushima is a little more like traditional. The combat isn't like overwhelming. It could be challenging when you play on the hardest difficulty. I will say play on the hardest difficulty because I think anything less than that kind of feels not satisfying.
Gotcha.
So like the hardest difficulty is a good challenge. I feel as though I think with the director's cut, they did add an extra difficulty. I'm not too sure, But I'm actually interested to try that out. I want it to come to PC. I refuse to buy the PS5.
Like I'll play it when it comes to PC. I don't mind the hard difficulty. I'll only play it if it makes sense, or if it's like the only difficulty in the game.
Gotcha. I will say, do you guys think that John Wick 4 is gonna be good? Because I mean, for me personally, I have high hopes. But will I feel kind of waned because this is the 4th entry to the franchise? For me, it's like I think 3 wasn't bad, but it was kind of a little bit less like I wasn't as like wowed by it. I don't know if it's maybe because I just am feeling tired. I will say the main thing I like about John Wick 4 is the visual aesthetics. I love the use of color, and I think that the John Wick franchise is really great at that. They have really vibrant scenes. Like they really take that into account, the use of color, and I really do appreciate it. It keeps me visually entertained, and just with all the crazy shit that goes down in the John Wick films, kind of just times that by 100. But I hope the trailer, the most recent trailer, definitely puts the visual aesthetics at an all-time high. I love the use of color. I don't know if you guys noticed that as well, but that's what the biggest thing that stuck out to me. Yeah. But I'm hoping that it'll be better than 3. 3 was kind of like, I like it. I could still watch it over again. But I feel as though I'm a little bit weighted. Does anyone know if this is going to be the last John Wick movie? Or they kind of
It should be, but who knows? Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I think at this point, the series has run its course. Like, it's time to, like, end it. So
yeah. I feel you. Any final thoughts on John Wick 4? I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
hopefully
me too.
I get a chance to go to the movies. We'll see.
I'll be there day one. No question.
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
All right. So the next topic. So apparently, Twitter yesterday kind of got in their feelings, and a lot of people are now trying to say that Ezra Miller is innocent. And he's been in rehab since July, so that should just axe out everything that he's done or he's been accused of, allegedly. I have to put in allegedly. So
wait, who is this?
Ezra Miller is the individual that plays Flash in the DC films. So
I have no idea who that is. All right, go ahead.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've been saying this. I've been saying this for a long time. Ezra Miller is the best villain in the DC universe, hands down.
Yeah.
No question.
Literally.
No doubt. But look, my thing is, why y'all trying to rewrite history? And the thing is, it's like, basically, it got leaked out prior to him doing all the shit that essentially is coming out now. Like, Warner Brothers we're going to pick 3 options, and one of them being the one that he chose, which was to apologize, give that fake apology, and go into like rehab or whatever the fuck, counseling. And that was one of the options that leaked out before it actually happened. And come to find out, that option happened to a fucking T. So completely just disingenuous in my opinion. But a lot of his stands are saying that he went through all this, since July to get help, and that he should be forgiven, and that he actually didn't really do anything. So I think that we should kind of go down a list and actually, remind everybody, because I think that's the thing. The internet goes by so fast that apparently people like to forget. And motherfucker, I do not forget. So we're going to unpack the allegations against Ezra Miller, because I don't forget here. So I don't even need to read the article. We're just going to go through the main things. Ezra Miller was accused of assault in 2020. Gibson Iron Eye's parents has accused Miller of abuse, and this is an 18-year-old. So let's see. An unnamed mother and her 12-year-old child were granted an order of protection against Miller, claiming the actor threatened them with a gun. A man claimed his 3 children and their mother were living in unsafe conditions on Miller's farm. A woman in Germany has accused Miller of harassment. A new report detailed allegations of grooming and manipulation. Miller pleaded not guilty to felony burglary in Vermont. I think he stole like liquor or something from someone's house.
Oh fuck! Is this nigga on drugs or some shit?
He's on more than just drugs. He's on a high, thinking he can get away with all this shit. Miller says they started treatment for complex mental health issues. Miller's legal strategy reportedly relies on NDAs and settlements. And Miller's ex-fiance claimed they gaslit that claimed Miller, they're saying they here because he demands to have, they, them pronouns, but claimed he gaslit her as others described manipulative relationships. So
yeah, because he totally doesn't strike me as that type of guy.
Yeah. Look, I'm tired of people trying to pretend that nothing here has happened. Clearly, there's a lot of allegations. And the thing is, the reason why a lot of this is being covered up is simply because Ezra Miller is tied to probably the most important film that needs to be released in order to continue the DCEU, which is their version of the MCU. His film is so important because it changes a lot of things. A bunch of these changes is what Warner Brothers needs in order to continue this, basically their franchise. So, and the problem is he's not just playing, the Flash. He's playing multiple versions of the Flash. So he's so tied to this fucking film. He's technically multiple characters. And the film is pivotal to the future of these superhero movies. So basically what's happening now is that Warner Brothers is basically tying up loose ends, kind of just settling all this shit, fixing the bullshit that he started and settling and just trying to let this play out and for him to kind of just be quiet. And for me, I just want to raise awareness that he's a piece of shit. I mean, unfortunately, he has a giant power behind him that has a lot of money. And so a lot of this shit will not go to court. It'll be settled. It'll be swept under the rug. But these allegations are consistent and damning. And Oz, I know you don't know too much about Ezra Miller, but I know you guys, I know TW and me have gone along this ride with Society.
Oh, yeah, been on plenty of streams with Society hearing about this guy.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything to say to these Ezra Miller stands that think that he's a good little boy or a good little they them. How do you feel about it?
I gotta say that's Hollywood, folks.
Yeah, I think they're probably under like some sort of like, I don't know. They might worship him as like this cult leader. They might probably secretly want to fuck this nigga. I don't know. it could be a bunch of shit because there's some crazy things that people will do because they want to fuck somebody. Like dead ass.
You're not wrong.
It wouldn't shock me.
You would have hit it in the Flash.
Wizard 23 says Ezra is the real life reverse Flash. Yo, what's good with you, Redhead 420? Good to see you as always. And Zero Dozer, what's good with you, bro? He says Ezra Miller should be in prison or a psychiatric ward, not being protected by Hollywood. Disgusting. Yeah, I think that it's important that when this shit comes out and it seems as though it's legitimate, like I can't say for sure, so it's all alleged, but I see a pattern. I've seen this dude's character. He's the type of guy that if you don't agree with him, he'll automatically he's right no matter what, and you're an Isterophobe and you should kowtow to his beliefs. He's a narcissistic piece of shit. And while you're not guilty for being narcissistic, it's completely legal. The way he acts to me seems as though it kind of fits with all these allegations against him. Yeah. And a lot of this shit, some of these things, these allegations against him, dealing with him grooming like fucking 12 and 13-year-olds allegedly. Dude, so the dude's a fucking weirdo. The fact that people defend him personally makes me want to vomit on them. All right, I literally just want to open a hole, a warp hole on my phone and make it access their phone, in which I literally fucking projectile vomit on their fucking face. That's what I want to do. That's what I think they deserve. But I don't know, TJ, how you feel about this? How do you feel about the state of Hollywood? This dude seems to be, to me, protected because, well, he's part of a really important film by a giant corporation, and he's a they, them, it.
Hey, like I said, the greatest villain in the DCEU, man. I don't know. It's one of the most oddball things that have happened in Hollywood in years, and everybody just seems to sweep everything under the rug. So I think that it's actually comical. It's so weird that it's comical that it's happening. So when we see the movie, I want to see how much support it gets, because I want to see how delusional people are in regards to supporting this individual. So Reverse Flash was funny. I'm still laughing at that. Yeah, Ezra Miller is literally a Reverse Flash. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know what? This world is so fucked that I agree with you. I just want to watch the fallout when this Flash movie comes out. He is severely tied to it, and a lot of these people that are fans of him are boasting that he's gonna be the Flash forever. Ha ha ha! Like, it's like, bro, like the things that this dude has done. The fact that you stand him is weirdo mentality. I'm convinced that a lot of people are mentally, and I don't even want to say that, because that's disrespectful. I don't know. They are mentally ill in some really sick ways, and I think that they should get help to defend this dude, especially from the things he's been accused of, man. Unless you're out there to prove your innocence, I don't really. Sorry, bro. It just seems like it could be likely. You know, these alleged allegations. You seem like the type of motherfucker. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring this up because over here we don't fucking forget. All right. You can't rewrite history, and anybody that really wants to defend this dude, you're welcome to come at me, but I'll let you know about yourself. That's all I have to say about that. Any final thoughts on Ezra Miller being a fucking idiot and his fans being even stupider than him somehow?
Honestly, I mean, when allegations come up, I'm always like, okay, wait till like maybe there's evidence or whatever, because I never like to be one of those like, oh, believe her people, or like whatever. But nah, man, it was like, no, there's too much evidence, and the dude acts like really weird and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
it's a pattern, it's like a pattern from a bunch of different people. It's not just one allegation.
Exactly.
It's like this pattern, and a lot of this stuff has kind of happened recently within the past few years. The dude was basically avoiding the cops, the police, from being questioned for like fucking weeks. It's like every week we're talking about this and that in regards to Ezra Miller, and the police are looking for him. And it's like, my thing is, what kills me is that if we, a regular person like any of us, were accused of half of the shit this dude has been accused of, we'd get the shit kicked out of us by the police.
We'd be underneath the jail.
Exactly.
Oh, on God. Especially us, TJ. Especially us.
That's a fact.
Bro. Yeah, I can't even deny it. Like, you guys, or even us, we evade the police after all this shit.
Yep.
I don't know, bro.
Nah.
Dog, I wouldn't make it to the police station. I'll be shot up by the time halfway through. Like, come on, we're not doing that.
That's a scary reality. And I feel like he does have a lot of protection socially, because he introduces the concept of pronouns and he demands his pronouns to be respected. Yeah, and Cozy throwing shit. Cozy cool peoples, and she says stop misgendering him. Look, I will respect someone's pronouns that they ask, but in this situation, I don't feel like Ezra Miller deserves respect. Now, if it's a regular average person just trying to get through their life and they happen to have pronouns that are they, them, and they're decent human beings for what they are, of course I'll respect your pronouns. I know transgender people that I call them the gender that they are. And I don't mind doing that. It's just that I just don't really feel as though someone that has done things that are arguably unfucking speakable have been alleged, but there's a pattern there, and he hasn't really addressed these things. And I'm I can't.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if I got arrested, and I'm like, and they're like, "Sir, get out the car." I'm like, "I'm a they." Like, you talking?
Yeah, it's like, man,
but the thing is,
this motherfucker.
He has literally done that, and it's like you have to be quote unquote cordial with these people, because if you aren't, it's like they them community will want to burn your house down. That seems to be what it is. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, to me, it's bullshit. The social defense, the social shield that people that call themselves they them have. I'm sorry if you're a piece of shit human being for doing this stuff that Ezra Miller's accused of. He can suck all the cocks in hell for all I care. Period. Okay.
And one last thing I'm gonna say is, don't even bother coming into my comment section or nothing like that on any of my videos talking about this nigga, because I don't even talk about this dude, and y'all already know how I get down. Anybody that subbed to my channel or watches my videos or whatever knows how I get down in the comments. Anything stupid y'all want to come with, I spam y'all with the link to my outro straight up. I'm gonna keep on doing that shit. Y'all ain't getting no other response from me. Y'all getting my outro and nothing else.
You know that song that's like, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking.
Oh yeah, that Filthy Frank stuff. Yeah, that kind of inspired me to make that outro a bit. I ain't gonna lie, because I needed something for like some of the stupid comments that I was getting. So I was like, you know what? Let me do this shit. I was like, and it works too. It was like, you'd be surprised how many people get pissed off with me just spamming it. It's like, you don't have anything else to say? Hell nah, nigga. Spam it again.
Yo, I ain't mad at you, bro. It's like a foolproof plan. I can respect it. Yeah. But fuck Ezra Miller. Next topic. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They unfortunately both look and run horribly. Now, as you can see, I do love me some Pokemon. It's more so back in the day sort of deal. I'm more so nostalgic than anything else. Yeah. If this was the first offense against Game Freak, I'd be willing to excuse it. But, I mean, let's be real now. Game Freak has put out some ugly, poorly running games for many years. And here's the thing. If this was an indie company that wasn't backed by giant-ass corporations, it is what it is. I ain't going to be mad at them. They just, they're a small company trying to get by. But this is a developer that has the backing of many, many millions upon millions of dollars of a franchise that makes an insane amount of money. And the game looks like ass. And look, I don't really give a shit about Metacritic, but I think it's worth noting on Metacritic, the game scored lower than Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I don't know if TW, you kind of are, about the fallout that happened within the Pokemon community when Sword and Shield came out, but it was a huge fallout. They received a lot of backlash for many reasons. The game kind of running like trash, the ugly JPEG looking trees that were in the game, or the fact that they didn't put all of the Pokemon in that game that was supposed to be the next generation Pokemon. Basically, things that I think were deserving of criticism. Now, if they were making, like, for example, Diamond and Pearl. I bought Diamond and Pearl. I liked Diamond and Pearl. It was a smaller scale game. Some people didn't like that the graphics weren't super, like, big in scope. And I'm just like, look at Sword and Shield. That game looks like shit. Please make a small scale.
Since then? Like, the graphics ain't improved since then with the Pokemon games? That's crazy.
Look, man. Let me see if I can bring this up. So
it's been a minute since I played some Pokemon. You telling me them games still ain't changed graphically?
They look.
Game Freak is lazy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You know what? I don't even think it's necessarily that. I just don't think they have the talent to make a good running and looking game within a year. I just don't. I don't think that it's possible for them, and that's sad. But at this point, they've gotten this criticism for a long time now. It's time to make a change in order for the franchise to evolve. At this point, either evolve or die. It's Pokemon. Pokemon, most of them evolve. The game franchise has not. And my boy here, TM06, he brings up, this is Pokemon right here. Pokemon Battle Revolution. This game came out in 2006, and it looks like this.
Yeah.
And this is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think it's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, hell nah.
It looks like this. Am I one to feel as though I'm an asshole for saying there's something wrong here?
It's like, that's crazy, man. A game from 2000. See, this is what I'll be talking about with these devs, bro.
Yeah, and here's another point that a person on Twitter also brings up. They said, I do not want to hear the Switch isn't powerful enough. Today, as the root cause of Scarlet Violet's issues, when the true problem is a lack of development time and optimization. TPCI is not giving Game Freak the necessary support to extract the open world power Switch has. And he posts these pictures. This is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The game clearly looks a lot better, and this is a Switch game. Just came out. This is
that looks like something I played. It was some RPG I played. It looks like something like that, but
yeah. And given these aren't the best looking games, but I think that they're pretty decent in their own right. For being Switch games. The thing is, these are Switch games, and they look phenomenally better than these Pokemon games we've received. This is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is The Witcher 3. And given The Witcher, man, that is a crazy... I didn't think they were really going to be able to put the game on the Switch.
I ain't never played that jump.
I think, honestly, you should play The Witcher 3. If you really, really, really strongly appreciate story, I think it's amazing.
Okay.
But the game, given it's severely downscaled from the console version and as well as the PC version, but they made the game run relatively reasonably on the Switch, and I can at least make out textures.
Yeah.
And this is Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, also, that I've played, man. I love me some Dragon Quest, yo.
That is arguably one of my favorite games. One of my all-time favorite games. Honestly, it's such a great game. They put it on the Switch. Given Square Enix said, we're just releasing Dragon Quest 11 on PlayStation consoles, and then later on we're going to work on the Switch console. They had to put in that extra time for the game, and they did. And because of that, we got a Switch game. We have Dragon Quest 11. Looks and plays very well on the Switch, and I think that is important. I really appreciate this dude's comment and bringing these pictures, because to me that also isn't really an excuse. But
so does Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Luigi's Mansion 3 isn't an open world game, but it is one of the most beautiful. I think it's the most beautiful game on the Switch. And this dude says, Game Freak, you'll never be like her. And Pokemon Coliseum is an amazing game. I wish I still had my copy of Pokemon Coliseum.
I always seen that game around, but I ain't never bothered to play it. Pokemon Coliseum.
I mean, look at this gameplay and performance, man.
What the hell?
Yeah, look at the poppin'. Look at this shit, dude.
Oh man,
come on, man. Can we be fucking real here,
bro? That looked like me trying to run Cyberpunk on my shit, bro.
Damn,
like dead ass.
And look, TM06 brings up a good point. Like this Pokemon Sword and Shield was when the community, they split the community down the middle. Like the community, people in the community were like, no, y'all got to do better than this. And because of that, there was like a fallout with Pokemon, and Pokemon Sword got an 80, whereas Pokemon Scarlet got a 77. Like, can we have an honest conversation here? I don't know, how you guys. I know that you haven't really played Pokemon in a long time. You mentioned TW, but
yeah.
I think that we deserve better. To me, this is unacceptable. And it sucks that look, you've put out quite a few games on the Switch already. Why are these games looking worse? And I bought Pokemon Legends Arceus. I was really excited to play the game. I like how the game is definitely more challenging than previous Pokemon games, but it can't be ignored that the visuals look terrible, especially when docked. And the performance is shoddy. It doesn't have a lot to 30. Like, at least give me one of two things. A game that looks pretty good or a game that runs pretty well. And Legends Arceus, while I think it's an awesome game, I didn't really play it for very long because I'm like, the graphics look shit. The frame rate is shit. I can't be bothered. I feel like the only way to be able to have that experience is to go down the emulation route. How do you guys feel about Game Freak making one of the biggest selling games every year when it comes to Pokemon? It sells extremely well still. How do you guys feel about one of the games that sell like the best every year comes out looking and playing like this? I don't know if you want to go for it first, TW.
What it is. It is pathetic.
It's just like Call of Duty.
I mean, yeah, it's like Call of Duty, man. It's like they do things in ways that piss me the fuck off. But I will say this, I could speak for Cold War, for example. I have a love-hate relationship with Call of Duty Cold War, but it has a single player, it has a multiplayer, it has zombies. So it's like my issues. There are plenty of issues I can state with Cold War, but it has all that content, and I played all of it, like the single player, the zombies. Zombies is actually really good on that. With Modern Warfare 2, you got the single player, the multiplayer. Now they have Warzone 2.0 that's free to play, and also it has a co-op story mode that's different from the regular story mode. Haven't tried the co-op story mode, but I mean they offer a lot of shit, and to be fair, let's be real now, Pokemon doesn't. Besides Legends Arceus, these Pokemon games don't really reinvent themselves in any significant way. Sometimes they take away features. Sometimes they don't even include all the Pokemon. Wow. They're just like, oh, we don't have the time to make 3D assets for all of these Pokemon. Like, this is the shit that we're dealing with. Like, this, I feel as though is low effort. I feel personally they need to stop making Pokemon a yearly release. That's how I feel.
Yeah, one thing I will say is, man, Microsoft, I don't know what y'all doing, bro, but y'all need to try to get these Call of Duty games, especially the previous ones, on Game Pass, man. How y'all gonna acquire Activision and y'all ain't even got them shits on Game Pass?
Well, the thing is, so why they reached a deal when it comes to Activision, Microsoft, but basically it's going through a legal process to establish whether it's even legal for this giant ass company to buy out this other giant ass company. So the deal hasn't been finalized yet. It's still going through the legal dispute of whether it's even legally possible to acquire.
That's crazy, man. I mean, they ain't have a problem when PlayStation was doing that book. Man, I ain't even gonna get into that. But I just want that to happen just so I can like get them shits on my PC and I ain't gotta pay.
I imagine. But yeah, Nuke Duke brings up a good point. A game from 06 looks better than games now. Word up. And I know my cousin AP Limits, he's played Arceus. He really loves the game. He's like, it's amazing. And he says he's still playing it, but the graphics are shit, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I want to be there for Pokemon. I do. Like, I remember growing up playing Pokemon. I love Pokemon Yellow still to this day. Gen 4 is really, really good. Was it Ruby Sapphire? Is one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, and it's like, I want to be there for Pokemon, but you guys keep releasing games and they just don't look or play good. They look terrible. They play worse. When you have a new generation Pokemon, you don't even include all the Pokemon of previous age. It's disappointing. And Cozy says that it's a Pokemon slideshow, and it's like, yeah, it's time. they've made the same mistakes for years now. The entire Switch generation has been a mess for Pokemon. Besides, what was it? Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And even that isn't very satisfying. Like, you have to fucking use the... It's not traditional Pokemon, how to catch the Pokemon. So even people were kind of upset with that. They have never been able to really be fully satisfying with their Pokemon releases in the Switch generation. And we were excited. That's the thing I think that hurts the most. We were so excited for Pokemon to come to Switch because Switch is a hybrid console. It's a console handheld. So there's more power there from 3D. And either, look, stop making Pokemon a yearly release or go back to 2D, because that's the only thing that they were good at. They were never good at 3D.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. We got a super chat from 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I appreciate $5, fam. There's RPGs on the PS3 that are bigger and look better than Sword and Shield. Game Freak is a trash company. No wonder why they never surpassed Red and Blue. Damn. I feel you, bro. It's true. I mean, look, personally, for me, Ruby and Sapphire are like the GOAT. I think that's when they peaked.
Yeah,
personally.
The last one I played was Emerald.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a minute. Yeah, Emerald is awesome. I never owned Emerald. I'm kind of sad that I don't. I still have my copy of Sapphire, though. NB Dub brings up a good point. He said Temtem looks much better. It does look better. It's definitely more challenging. I played Temtem. It's pretty much a creature catching game. It's available, I think, I'm not sure if it's available on Xbox, but it's on PC. It's on PS5. It's on
Xbox, it's on Steam, it's on Switch.
I will say, they have really great creature designs. It was a game that was in early access, but now the official release has happened. I bought it to support it. I bought it on both Steam early access, and then I ended up buying the game on the PS5. It's really good. Okay. If you like creature catching games, if you want them to be more challenging than Pokemon has been the past few years, it's definitely worth checking out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna try to look for that on Steam. Definitely.
My only thing, that game if they really wanted to come after Pokemon, they should have made it a free to play.
Really I don't know.
Tim?
I mean,
yeah.
Not every game needs to be a free to play. I mean, I don't know. I know that they're a smaller company. I think they're indie. I'm not too sure on that, but I want to support the indie devs. With a lot of these giant publishers and game companies being bought up by Microsoft, Sony, I want to see indie developers able to take these empty places. I think that's
exactly, because that's one thing I'm kind of getting sick of too. All these big corporations buying out these studios. It's like you didn't have that back then.
No, exactly. It's like uncharted territory. It's kind of scary, man. And it's like all we can look back on is other forms of entertainment, like the film industry, which consolidated immensely. And now look what we have. We have 3 companies putting out shit-ass movies every chance that they get.
I agree, Sailor.
Cozy says they haven't actually acquired it quite yet. Still going through legal things.
Gotcha.
Cozy also brings up a good point. PlayStation hasn't bought things that big. They haven't bought anything nearly as big as Activision, but they have. The industry is no doubt consolidating. Both the big 2 are buying up big names, whether their size in terms of the company, it doesn't. It's consolidating and it's scary. It's uncharted territory.
Gotta stop all this consolidating shit, bro.
Yeah, I'd say definitely we're seeing a consolidation happen. As gamers, it's important to support indie developers, man. Strengthen up these companies to be able to have more play in the game. That's all it is. Like, honestly. Was the new Pokemon Snap any good? I didn't play it. I can't really tell you. They've released so many Pokemon games. It just feels like there's a Pokemon game every 5 months now. Yes, Ruby Sapphire was fire.
Yo.
And my cousin says, I agree that Pokemon needs to come out once every few years. Yeah, at least give it every 2 years, man. And he also says he loved Black and White. I think I had Black and White, but I sold it. because when I was in college, I was a broke bitch, and I sold a lot of games that I kind of regret. So
Yeah, the lawnmowers going crazy.
yeah, there is like background noise. I think it's UTW. Bit of
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is, bro. I think that's my computer and it's got my computer and shit. I tried sitting that shit on my pillow, seeing if that would help. But I think yeah, I'm gonna just try to mute myself and then I'm gonna come in at certain points.
Okay, I appreciate that. And Neozor does bring up something that a lot of us Pokemon fans that really would like Pokemon to be more sophisticated than it has been over the years. He says Black and White and Black and White 2 is underrated. Yeah, that's when they really tried to do something a little different with Pokemon. And I don't think it resulted in the sales that they were hoping for. It's like kind of one of the least sold Pokemons, I believe. It's not definitely not as much as some of the other more generic ones, and it's kind of sad because they were really trying to do something interesting with Black and White. And AB Limit says, I like the concept of the 3D open world Pokemon game, but I want it to feel like they actually care about their franchise and not just trying to cash out on console gamers who love their stuff. Yeah, it's like one of those things where they want to release Pokemon yearly because it's always one of the biggest selling games every year. I get that. But it's like you have to have artistic integrity. This is something I keep talking about. It's so important, man. Artistic integrity. Put out a piece of art that you're truly proud of. And it's hard for me to feel like there's something to be proud of with Scarlet Violet in terms of its visuals, in terms of its performance. Now, they're saying that the game, if you're a fan of Pokemon, that it's pretty interesting. So, I mean, look, in that regard, maybe there's something there. But I think that they really need to step their game up. It's been kind of shitty. I think we were, as fans, with the Switch coming through, we were expecting more, especially when we were just like, oh my God, Pokemon's going console. Like, we were definitely expecting more, and it just hasn't been anywhere to where we thought it should be. And it's kind of unfortunate. But any final thoughts on Pokemon's Scarlet Violet kind of just looking really bad, unacceptable.
Shame.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't got no final thoughts really, but it's a damn shame though.
Yo, Anarchy, what's good, bro? I'm glad that you made it. If any one of you fuckers dish John Wick, I got beef with you. No, we're pretty excited for the new film. We already talked about that. So what's good? Get this work. Good to see you, bro. I hope all is well with you. Man, I appreciate everyone that's come through. If you haven't, please hit the like button. It really helps. I really appreciate everyone that's come through and the super chats as well. It's pretty crazy, man. You give me this big goofy idiot money. I trust me, I don't take it for granted. I really am sincerely thankful. So Neozark asks, Cassie and others, which is ironic because one of the creators of Pokemon once said delayed game is better than a rushed game. Was that Iwata that said that, if I'm not mistaken? The dude that Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, like, Nintendo releases Pokemon, so he's not wrong, but yeah, I've a delayed game.
I thought it was Miyamoto that said it.
What's Miyamoto?
No, wait, you might be right. Probably was
Miyamoto.
Yeah, and it's like, you need to make changes to this franchise. It has to get better. This is unacceptable. You're asking $60 for a game that looks way worse than indie games half its price. Come on, man. You do better. And AB Limit says, I love the nostalgia of Pokemon. That's why I play games like Pokemon Go. I just love seeing the Pokemon I grew up seeing. Exactly. It's like, we're there because of the nostalgia. Pokemon has dumbed itself down. It looks terrible in 3D. They don't even include all of the Pokemon, especially like the Pokemon that the originals. They even exclude some of those in some of the game releases. It's like, it's super nostalgic, and that's why I love it. Like, I was at the perfect age when Pokemon came to America, and it just swept me off my feet. I had the fucking Pokemon sneakers that when you walked, they lit up. It had Ash and Pikachu on them. I remember that. I had Pokemon everything, bed sheets, a Pikachu pillow. I had a Pokemon towel, pencils, papers, notebooks, all that shit. Like my mom bought me this huge fucking Pokemon set. It basically encompassed everything you could think of that a kid would want or need. So, you know, when Pokemon hit America, I was in the perfect age demographic for it, and I'm super nostalgic for it. That's why I want it to be better. And yeah, AB Limit says, yeah, I'm not paying $60. Hey, bro, PC Master Race. I'm hearing that Nintendo Switch plays better when you actually play it on your PC. I'm just saying, that's what I heard. But yeah, guys, moving on to the final topic, and it's kind of a heartfelt one. It's really sad to hear, but we lost one of the greatest voice actors of our time. Kevin Conroy, I think most of us, if not all of us, know was the voice of Batman. To many of us, he is no doubt the definitive Batman. To me, personally, no one has ever come close in terms of live action, in terms of voice acting. Kevin Conroy is no doubt the definitive Batman. And unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 66. You know, like I said earlier in the podcast, I was watching some Batman, the animated series, and it's really sad to have to see, man, let the legends go. You know, I think that's one of those things where I feel as though personally our generation kind of sucks in terms of people, noteworthy people. But like, you know, people like Kevin Conroy are fucking amazing, and I definitely appreciate his contributions. He's done things. I mean, shit. Let's go down his list. He did Batman the animated series. You know what? Hold on. Let me ask you guys. I think everyone here would say that Batman the animated series is their favorite thing that Kevin Conroy was ever involved in. But what are some other things that he has done that honestly you absolutely adored, like other series or games, anything that you guys besides the animated series that is your thing, it's your jam?
I don't know him for anything else.
Well,
yeah, same here.
That and the Arkham games.
Oh shit. So
But
yeah,
yeah,
I
in
appreciate
terms of
TJ.
the animated
appreciate-
series is definitely my that's obviously what I was introduced to as a child. So that's the voice that I heard. That's what I grew up believing and understanding that this is Batman. So
Yeah.
hearing him in the Arkham series, and then he did some of the animated films. So I mean, he's an iconic voice actor for that character. So he is Batman. There's no question about it.
Word.
Yeah, for me, the animated series is definitely like top tier Batman, but I also will say I loved his old man Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond. I thought he was absolutely amazing in that. I do like him in the Arkham series, no doubt. Those are probably my favorite things that he's done. Shit, let's name off some of the other things that he's done.
It was funny. The dude who looked like Batman looked like the Joker. The dude looked just like he looks just like the Joker. It's hilarious.
You're not wrong.
He would have played a perfect Joker in the movie because he looks just like him. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, shit. Mask of the Phantasm is another one that's one of the best movies, animated films. Batman Superman movie. Also, he did play Batman in the Superman animated series. Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero video.
Good movie
Oh,
too.
it's a video game. Video. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, he was in a Superman animated series. Let me see. Oh my god, he was actually the fisherman in Jack and Dexter. I didn't know that. That's funny. Shit, I know that you, TJ, played Max Payne 2 recently. Apparently, he was Lord Jack and the Cleaner and Commando in Max Payne 2.
I'll have to revisit that game to hear that.
Yeah. He was in Justice League. I love Justice League as well. He was amazing in Justice League.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think he might have done the voice acting in the Injustice games as well as Batman.
Probably. But yeah, definitely Justice League is very noteworthy. I used to be addicted to watching that show. To me, a lot of the voice actors in that are the definitive versions of the character. particularly the person, obviously Batman, Kevin Conroy, and then the chick that played Wonder Woman in the Justice League show. I think that, to me personally, I think she's the best Wonder Woman voice actress for sure. Batman, the Arkham series, Arkham City is fucking awesome. Honestly, I appreciate Arkham Asylum a lot too. I know a lot of people after Arkham City came out, they kind of just forgot about Asylum, but Asylum was great. Yeah, Asylum was a great fucking game in its own right, and
Asylum was more of a horror game than anything.
Exactly, and that's why I really love it. That's why I really gravitate to it. Even though Batman Arkham City is my favorite of the franchise, I have to say I think Asylum's probably my second favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox. I never watched that one, but I heard it's really, really good.
I've heard the same. I haven't watched it at all.
Got you. Yeah. Shit. It sucks, man. I'm sad. I'm really sad. It's like he's never gonna voice Batman again, and WB, they're gonna continue to make Batman because that's their main squeeze. And I don't know. No one's gonna hold a candle to Kevin Conroy, but I hope that at least someone.
Did you see that tweet that Mark Hamill made on his Twitter, where it's the Joker holding the Batcape?
No, I didn't. Let me see.
It's pretty cool.
All right, let's see. Mark Hamill. I don't see it. Then again, he posts so much political
he's holding
bullshit.
The cape.
Oh my god. Yeah. Mark Hamill's a political fucking maniac. It's like, do you have fun in your life, sir? Like, do you have any fucking fun at all? Like, you just seem like a miserable fucking human being.
Yeah, just like him and Mick Foley.
Yeah, you could tell Mick Foley is this decrepit, old, miserable fuck.
I love Mick Foley too. That's sad.
Yeah, it's like you're one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but fucking hell, have some fucking fun. Please, you're so fucking miserable by politics. And it's like, look, politics is a thing, I get it. But goddamn, like, don't let it encompass your entire personality. That's what I stress to people. If you have to fucking just let go in order to live a full life, do that. But here we go. I did find this. Mark Hamill said, stunned by the loss of this brilliant actor. Words can't express my admiration and respect for the man. I loved him like a brother.
There's another picture that's just like that, where it's a cartoon version of a Batman and Joker.
There was another thing. I actually want to find it. It's kind of I'm kind of mad.
That is Batman and Joker. I mean that will always will be more. I mean, Mark Hamill's weird and all, but he always will be the Joker.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like Kevin Conroy is the definitive Batman. Mark Hamill is the definitive Joker. Like their voices are so extraordinary that they have managed to garner fans for generations, no doubt. And anybody
I didn't know that was Luke Skywalker. I didn't know that was Luke Skywalker until I was like in my early 20s.
Oh,
no idea.
Yeah.
Like a Joker. Like, what? No, it's Skywalker. Like, what?
I mean, to be fair, I didn't really know voice actors by name for a very long time. So it's like, especially as a kid, I didn't really pay attention to that,
Right.
But damn, there was a video about basically, Kevin Conroy was talking. Oh, I think I found it. Here we go. I actually really like this from Kevin Conroy. I thought it was really heartwarming, and it just kind of goes to show the type of person he was, and what he valued, and what was very noteworthy for him. Let me see. So yeah, basically in the documentary, I Know That Voice, Kevin Conroy tells this unforgettable story about working at a food relief station in Manhattan in the days after 9/11. It's one of my favorite stories he told about the power of his talents. Rest in peace, Mr. Conroy. It's really, really interesting and heartwarming.
Getting all these, hundreds of meals ready. And this one guy in the middle of the night, like 3 nights into this, he goes, So my day job is I'm an architect. He says, what's your day job? I said, well, I do voices mostly. But I knew it. He said, you're the guy who does Batman. You're that Kevin Conroy. So he goes into this dining hall. And this is, the first week after the attack. And there'd been like just this somber sadness. And you hear him go, guys, you're not going to believe who's been cooking your dinners. It's Batman. There's this long silence and you hear, bullshit, from the back of the place. And he said, then someone else says, make him prove it. So I thought, oh, this is good. So I'm in the back kitchen, and I do from the back kitchen, I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. There's this long pause, and then you hear from the back of the place, holy that is Batman. And the architect who had recognized me said, what's it feel like to be Santa Claus? I said, because that's what just happened to you.
Yeah, like to me that was really.
He looks like your Joker. It's crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a cool little story.
Yeah, definitely something. That's definitely something I'll remember. And I'm really glad that person did post that.
That's all I say. I would have threw a pot at somebody. I'm Batman. Threw pot.
I am the vengeance to hit him with a sandwich.
That would have been an interesting story to tell too, admittedly. So
Now get your lunch. Sir.
Yeah, and Nick Dukem says, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, best Batman voice actor. Facts. Kevin Conroy will be remembered. Berserk for Life says, yeah, I will say, definitely rewatch the Batman animated series. I mean, obviously, an artist wants to be remembered, and the best way to remember them is for their work. So definitely rewatch the animated series. It holds up about the 3 or 4 episodes that I have watched. It's always super fun to watch the Batman animated series. And we have another guest. He decided to join us at the tail end of the stream. What is up, society? How's it going, bro?
That's all I can say after watching 2 very questionable movies back to back in one sitting. So
what unfortunately did you have to sit through?
Well, the first movie, which I thought was going to be the worst movie I had to sit through for 2 hours today, was the movie She Said, which is essentially the Harvey Weinstein movie, where they try to rewrite what actually happened about the whole Me Too movement and them trying to expose Harvey Weinstein, even though they had pretty much, covered it up for like good 20, 25, 30 years. But, now they're trying to like frame themselves as the heroes. So that was in the movie in and of itself. Then after that, like about a half hour afterwards, I had to go watch a movie called The Menu. And you guys have followed my movie reviews this year. You guys have known that I've seen some utter dog shit this year. This might be the dumbest fucking movie I've seen all year long. So, when I say it, it's truly saying something.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. When you guys were saying, oh, we have to go watch The Menu, this movie named The Menu for view stream, I'm just like, what a fucking terrible name for a movie. Like, that's what I was saying in my head.
Because you know why? I was thinking to myself, The Menu or the Harvey Weinstein movie? Well, The Menu couldn't possibly be worse than the Harvey Weinstein movie. It was fucking worse than the Harvey Weinstein movie.
That's pretty crazy. Wow. Well, at least you're now over this hump, and I guess you can kind of have fun dogging on these piece of shit movies. I mean, at this point, I think the only entertainment there is to be had is the fallout from having watched one of these shitty ass movies and basically dunking on them. So try to have fun with that. But we've been talking about the passing of Kevin Conroy. He's basically the Batman. He is the voice actor of Batman. He was in Batman, the animated series, Batman Beyond. Have you watched any of these or?
Oh, no, of course I remember the animated series. I think pretty much everyone remembers the animated series. And we all know that he's been the voice of Batman for many, many years. So obviously his death kind of hit people pretty hard. So I understand, like, I get it. It's definitely a sad story. I know he was like dealing with like illness in his last day. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, it sucks to hear, Yeah. A lot of the OGs are starting to go down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Gallagher passed away too.
Yep.
Yeah. It's sad.
At least the watermelons are happy.
No more hammers, watermelons.
I love him.
Can we have like people smashing watermelons and posting it as tribute? I could dig it. Destroy all the watermelons. Okay.
Yeah.
You remember
it's
when
better-
do you remember when Chappelle did a skit where he played as Black Gallagher, and
Yeah.
instead of like using a hammer, he shot the watermelon?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. You know what, man? I think it's important to note, especially with the obsession with politics, and for someone like Mark Hamill, for example, that's severely deranged by the political landscape. The dude is clearly fucking too much into it. It's to value human life. Like, nobody's here forever. Kevin Conroy passed away at the age of 66. You know, given today's standards, that's still kind of young. You know, it's sad that he could have had so much more to give to the world. And it's just like, appreciate the lives that you have and appreciate the people that you have in your life, because you never know when you're going to lose them. Don't let politics be the focal point of your life. Don't let it become your obsession. Don't let anything become an obsession. Like, sometimes you got to take a step back from things that you're addicted to just remember that, you know, the people around you at any point could go. So appreciate them now while you have them, because you know, it might come to the point where they won't be there anymore, and then, you know, if you didn't do the things that you could do, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. That's why definitely any addictions you have, try to set them aside, spend more time with the people that you love.
Yep.
But yeah.
Facts. 100% facts.
Yeah, Zurich said
Is that facts with an X?
No.
That just everyone post the fax machine emoji in the comments.
All right.
Neozek said Batman animated series is a GOAT, no doubt. And yeah, Mark Hamill is always bitching about politics. He should, you know, try being not a miserable fucking human being.
You try to be like Batman.
It's kind of crazy that someone that's achieved so much like Mark Hamill is clearly a miserable person. Like, you're an overachiever by the general human's ability to achieve, you know. And
he's become the miserable old man from The Last Jedi. Like, it's art imitating real life now.
You're not.
It really
wrong.
is.
It's like, bro, fucking relax. Like, it kind of makes me feel like no matter what anybody does, they'll just end up miserable anyway. Because it's like, you see some of the greatest of all time, miserable fucking human beings, and you know. And Neozeric says Mark Hamill and Mick Foley are one in the same. Yeah, they just come off like the same miserable fucking old people. I think Mick Foley has little more reason to be miserable. I mean, the dude destroyed his body over his wrestling career.
Whose fault was that?
Yeah, I mean, but I can at least,
he did that shit on his own.
I can at least acknowledge that it must be very uncomfortable.
It's your fault.
I can at least acknowledge that being in probably constant pain can make anyone miserable. Let's be real now. You know, people like Andre the Giant drank himself to death because he was in a lot of fucking pain. Like, I get it, but don't take it out on me. And AB Limit says I'm over politics already. Me too, man. I'm just fucking so tired of it. And
I don't get into politics at all. Never been my thing, man.
Yeah,
but I realized what the fuck was going on. It's my fan, bro. That's why this shit sounds like a lawnmower. I gotta like get this shit. I gotta get. Well, it's this whole laptop. I gotta get replaced.
You can say it was your.
I thought you were talking
fan,
about like. I thought you were talking about like generally your fan was on or something like that. No, I mean the fan on your like laptop.
Oh yeah, like the fan to the crap top. Yeah, this old girl.
Maybe you should. Maybe there's just a lot of dust in there. You might want to try to open that if you can. And
that's what she said.
Okay, Sailor Mercury with the hot take. I never really liked Luke. Anakin was my hero as a kid. Why? Because he killed the kids. Killed all the kids. Oh god. And Newsec says, both of them are icons for their characters. Hamill, Joker, Luke Skywalker. Legend EU version, not Disney crap, and fully Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love, but terrible, miserable human beings. Exactly. Don't be a terrible, fucking miserable human being, especially when you're fortunate to have had the opportunities that you have and you have a great life. I mean, there's no reason you should be a fucking prick.
Turns out he's Mr. Psycho after all.
Yeah, right. Anarchy says, I think Eddie Guerrero and Kevin Conroy's deaths hit me the hardest. Yeah, I feel that, bro. When Eddie Guerrero died, I was still super young, man. I didn't know how to take it. It's like he was my favorite dude to watch. He was, to me, the most entertaining. He had all the important things I think a wrestler needed to have. You know, being charismatic, being a great fundamental wrestler, being able to carry a storyline and be different from everyone else.
For me, like the Eddie one was definitely shocking, especially like when it happened, just like kind of out of nowhere. But it didn't really hit me that hard. The one that hit me hard was I was obviously around during the Owen Hart situation and watching like that whole pay-per-view unfold like as it happened. Like that one was like crazy because we've never
crazy, son.
Yeah, that's like we've never seen anything like that. Fucking a guy literally dies like live during a fucking show, and it's like, okay, well, what the fuck do we do now?
Yeah, and
you just hear Jerry Lawler go, "Get the F down here! Get the F down here!" What the world's going on, bro?
And like a lot of us don't really remember that shit because a lot of that like footage has been erased. Yeah. But motherfuckers saw that live. They saw the fall.
Oh yeah.
And they saw everyone panicking. I didn't see it live. I don't know how old I was, but it's fucking just shocking.
I mean, it's fortunate that it happened in '99, so it wasn't like it was during a time where everyone could just whip out a cell phone and like go live on like Instagram and shit like that when it happened. So the only people who saw it were the ones who were actually in the arena that night. But yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I definitely understand why that.
They just roll his body off. Up to the next match. Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Come on, Jeff Jarrett. I know your best friend just died, but you got 6 minutes to do so. Get in the ring.
Oh, man.
You know, the thing is, it's like I get where they were coming from. You can't just shut down an entire pay-per-view that has a lot of things tied to it. But yeah, he died, and it's.
Then there was also the issue of like, you know, ending the show right there and sending like 20,000 people home, like fucking distraught because they just watched their hero fucking die, and then like the show was canceled and shit like that. So
yeah, it's hard to know what's the right thing to do in that situation, to be honest with you, especially when it kind of just lands on you, literally. But yeah, guys. Nuke Dukem says Kevin Conroy will be remembered for a lifetime. Yes. Look, man, I own the animated series Batman Beyond on Blu-ray. I think I have the animated series on DVD as well. I will definitely carry that with me and cherish it for the rest of my life. And Alex vs. Evil says, "What is up, Society Reviews?" Yes, it is good to have Society here, even though he jumped in at the last second, but it's good to have him as always. And finally, Anarchy 4K says, finally paid Kalisto for Colin Pite. I hope it is everything you guys want it to be. I'm probably going to pick it up at some point too. And AB Limit says, I'm a little behind, but yeah, I agree. We embed ourselves too deeply in our beliefs. Yeah, it's like, you know, and can we just not be miserable? That's what I want. You know, I want to surround myself around people that aren't miserable, or to at least put aside the things that make them upset in order to have good times. I mean, I think that's important. A lot of adults don't have that ability. Music says Cassie, Society, and others. Kevin Conroy has the similar effect like Peter Cullen, voice of Optimus Prime, where their voice is too iconic that the character won't be the same without their voice actor. Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna hire someone to do like their best Kevin Conroy impression for like the next few years to come, but they're never gonna change that style of Batman's voice.
Yeah, the thing is with Kevin Conroy, he didn't do every like DC animated film, to be fair, but people could tell when Kevin Conroy is not portraying Batman. You know, they can clearly tell. And given, I forget the dude's name that's pretty decent. But it's still not Kevin Conroy, but he's pretty decent. So I guess that dude, I can't think of his name offhand. I think that, you know, he's he's an acceptable replacement, and he has skin in the game. So I think it's probably best to give it to him.
Yeah. Hey, do what you gotta do, man.
Yep. And Sailor Mercury says Eddie Guerrero was great. WWF continued the show after Owen's death, which was kind of gross. It is gross, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the big problem was the guy dying. I think whether to end the show or continue the show was kind of like a secondary matter of that fact. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. I watched Batman Beyond, Batman Brave and the Bold, and Batman the Animated Series as a kid. Word, Sam. Dave tried was Troy Baker doing Batman voice in Batman Origins, I think. No, wait, I think Troy played.
I talked about
did he
that
play
before.
Didn't he play Joker?
Yeah, he did both actually.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting.
What?
He was Joker, so I think he was Joker in Arkham. What's the last one?
Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
Arkham Knight. He was Joker in Arkham Knight.
He's only in 3 games.
Mark Hamill was Joker through the rest of them.
Yes, that was when Mark Hamill said that City was his last one.
Gotcha.
Because he didn't do the Telltale one.
No, he's done.
Yeah.
Like anything that's related to Joker voice acting wise, Mark Hamill has nothing to do with it.
Gotcha.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, the Telltale game was horrible.
I never.
Oh yeah.
I think I tried to play it, but I didn't beat it.
I didn't play it because Mark Hamill didn't do it. Yeah, no, the Telltale game.
Oh, you already know how hard it is.
Redhead 420 says Roger is Batman in Origin.
Yeah, and the Joker is somebody else too. It's not Mark Hamill.
Gotcha. Kevin Conroy did voice Dick Grayson's father in the Batman show, 2004 animated one. Got you.
I don't even know what show that is.
I'm not too sure either, but look, guys, we pretty much come to the end of the show. It was a really good discussion. Once again, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Gone but not forgotten. At this point, I just want to give everyone an opportunity to either say, their goodbyes to the chat or promote something they got going on, or both. TW there, bro?
Yeah.
All right, so tell us what you got going on. Let me see. Let me put you on the screen there. I'm gonna post the link to your YouTube.
I got a bunch of stuff going on, yo. My YouTube channel, TW Booty Hunter, shit like that. I got some stuff going on there, or at least I had a video that I was gonna do, but I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty damn late. Your boy is hungry. I'ma say fuck that video for now, and I'ma just do this shit. Maybe do like a double upload tomorrow and shit like that. So yeah, y'all might get a double upload tomorrow, but yeah, that's basically it. Same with Cassie's channel. I talk about things like video games, music, movies, and all that stuff. But yeah, straight up, man, if y'all ever want to come through, I also talk about some wrestling shit too for any of y'all that's into wrestling or whatever. If y'all like that, then yeah, come on through to the channel, bro.
Awesome, bro. And I really appreciate you for coming by. Honestly, it's awesome hanging out with you. So, Society, what you got going on? Let us know.
Well, after I'm done here, I'm going to be writing those 2 reviews for those shit movies that I watched tonight. So those will be up on societyreviews.com. And then, outside of that, don't know if we're going to be streaming on Saturday or not. Still looking to decide. But Monday, we're going to be talking about the menu in detail. And oh boy, yeah, it doesn't get any better, even though we're at the last stretch of the year here. Films have not gotten better. And then the Barroom episode 25 will be next week. It's funny because YouTube had copyright claimed us for the Dave Chappelle SNL video that we showed. So the second I cut that video out, the video has absolutely exploded, and it's now our highest viewed episode on all platforms this week. So
awesome.
Yep. So outside of that, that's pretty much all I got going on. It's that fucking god awful movie. So yeah.
All right. So I posted both TW's YouTube channel and Society's YouTube channel in the chat. Definitely check them out. They got awesome stuff. I end up being on Society's Barroom podcast. It's always fun hanging out with the crew. So if you just need some interesting content, it's always cool. And Society, I know TW always got some crazy shit going on.
And matter of fact, I guess I was gonna close the poll because I was gonna do the video after this, but since I'm not, y'all can continue to vote which of the 4 cringy songs y'all want, cringy music videos y'all want me to react to in my channel's community tab. So go ahead and keep on voting, cause I'm just gonna do the video tomorrow, bro, because it's too late and your boy hungry as hell.
Word, definitely get your food in. Hold on, let me post your Twitter. TW's Twitter.
What's some of the songs that's on the list?
Oh yeah, what's on the list? Brie Larson. Yeah, it's a song by Brie Larson. You got World Cup by Asho Speed. You got one cringy music video. It was back in TW. It was back in Machine Head's like new metal days. A video from that. You probably might know which one it is. I'm almost sure. But and then the last one is Slim Jesus.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So TJ, do you have like a YouTube channel to promote, or do you want to to give us the latest on what you got planned, or do you want to have something final to say to the chat?
It's just something final. Once again, the giveaway success.
Yep.
The channel has reached over 1,000 subs, so that was the goal. Someone else is now enjoying, God of War Ragnarok. So I hope they, think of it as like an early Christmas present, if you will.
Hey.
But that's about it. Check us next time. Hopefully I'm still here. You never know. I might get booted. Who knows? Nah.
Oh my God.
But
well, you won't be booted from here, but Kami forbid you're booted from real life.
Right.
You never fucking know, man, when it's our time.
You never
to
know
punch
out here. I might be selling lemonades.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
I think Lemonade was in the stream, but he probably fucked off because maybe I didn't say hi to him. I think I forgot.
Maybe.
There was a lot going on.
Just say Leon Kennedy and he'll pop up. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. And if you say Leon Kennedy nudes, he'll be at your doorstep. So maybe at least be prepared for the worst.
All right.
Oz, I guess it's important to leave you for last. Do you have anything to say to the chat, or
I do.
Vote, sir.
I do. I know this will be a heartfelt one, man. Like,
oh shit.
Keep your family close, man. Keep your family close around these holidays, man. Because once they're gone, like Kevin Conroy, man, they're gone. Because I'm going through that shit now. It sucks.
Yeah, I feel you.
So if they're around these holidays, man, keep your family close. Much love.
Yeah. Oh man, wow. That was great. I really do. And I know what it's like when you lose someone in your family and that holiday, with that first holiday, especially without them. That is
brutal.
We all gonna go through that eventually, and I don't wish it on my worst enemy. So yeah, definitely. I hope that everyone does enjoy the holiday season. We're in that time, and keep it gaming. Keep doing what y'all doing. Enjoy the time with your family. I just want to go through some of the homies that came through. Thank you guys so much. Sailor Mercury, always good seeing you. Cozy, really good to see you. I was on podcast Cozy's on, and we had an awesome time. I'm actually gonna be there on TSWS the Friday just after Thanksgiving. So I'm excited for that. And Neozoic, I really appreciate you coming through. Yes, Sailor Mercury says, thanks for the stream, of course. And Dre Watson, thank you so much for coming through. He says, great show, chat, and panel. Definitely a great one. I really appreciate it. Cozy says, yep, great show. Thank you so much. Seriously. And Red Hood 420 came through. Entertaining pod. I'm glad that you were entertained. It's always good to see you around. And Alex vs. Evil said, great stream, everyone. Thank you so much for coming through. Iron Man said, great show, y'all. Much love to the panel and chat. Thank you. AV Limits, this was an awesome stream. Can't wait for the next one. Hey, I appreciate you, cuz. Always good to see you. And Anarchy says, have a good night. Yes, thank you. And Neozoic says, keep up the good work. Cassie Society, Ozzy, TW, and TJ. Yes. And
much love.
Yup, Berserk for Life
Appreciate
says, I'm going to replay Ghost of Tsushima during Thanksgiving. Do it! Do it! Replay that blood and guts and violence, sir. And appreciate the beheadings. There aren't many, but when they happen, it's amazing. So, yes. I also want to thank you guys, everyone that came through, even if I didn't say your name. I really do appreciate you. And I also want to thank the panel. Thank you so much, Oz, the most consistent member. Thank you, TJ, for coming
yeah.
as
By the
well.
way, your boy lost 100 pounds. There you go. There's my compliment.
Yes, Oz not lost
100
100 pounds, man.
100 pounds, bro.
What was her name?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What's that? Shut up.
But yeah, that is an enormous feat. Congratulations.
That's right.
Man. It's a whole new
That's right.
it's a weight off your shoulders, quite literally.
Yeah.
Also, thank you so much, TW, for coming through. Always good to hang out with you.
Problem.
Yeah, it's really fun. I definitely would love to have you on again whenever you're free.
Hey,
obviously, the podcast is every other Thursday, so definitely would love to have you. And thank you so much, Society, for coming through after making yourself suffer. I know how it is to watch shitty movies and not want to do anything. So the fact you decided to spend your after shit movie watching with us, it's always appreciated. And if you guys haven't, please like this podcast. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You can follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, Cult Classic Cage all around. Easy to find. And even if the name may not be easy to say, apparently it's really hard to say Cult Classic Cage. Personally, it's easy for me, but I guess I'm used to it. But yeah.
I think you need to change it from a C to a K and make it a bit easier for people to, feed it.
Oh my god.
Cult Classic Cage.
You need to stay out of my brain, sir. Don't you stick at that.
That totally isn't problematic at all.
Yeah,
it's just it's Cult Classic Cage. What's the problem?
Nothing wrong with 3 letters. Nothing wrong at all.
Anyways, guys, with all that being said, we are out. Peace.
The show will blow up in the South.